And welcome everyone to the channel. It is General Zod here in the Fandom Zone. And tonight we have some great topics for you guys. I was sitting back and letting all the YouTube stuff go through because, as you guys know, their notifications take a while to hit everyone. Yes, PB. How about you berate me in the chat? Always late. Week, I guess. And tonight we got some awesome topics. But before we get started, let me introduce you to the loneliest of the lonely, the sheriff of the panel. And welcome, LB. Tell everyone about your channel and the new video that you have up. That's really exciting.
Hello, everyone. Geekicidal tendencies. Can you hear me clearly? If I'm good, I'll continue. You gotta let me know. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good? I just want to make sure you're straight with hearing me tonight. Come on, give me a thumbs up. Yes. Okay. You're great. You sound trash. Let me know. Come on now. The show can't go on until you let me know. Boy. Now we got dead air. Now we got dead air geekicidal tendencies. Come on, man. I seen you typing. Okay, better than perfect. Good. All right. So I went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge August 29th on that was the opening day for Galaxy's Edge at Disney World Hollywood Studios. And I put out like a full tour of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I went on the ride, the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I gave a review of that, the whole entire thing, and the milk drink. I gave a glowing review about that. So if you want to check it out, it's on my channel, The Lonely Banter. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. And, if you know any Star Wars fans or Disney World fans, share it with them because I want people to see my experience that I had. And thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And thank you, General Zod, for having me once again.
Not a problem. This is definitely not a late night without the sheriff keeping the rebel in line.
Indeed.
And also, in case you guys were wondering, I wish I had elevator music when we went on. Unfortunately, when we go live, sometimes when I set out a tweet, the tweet doesn't reach everyone I want to. The notifications take a while. So I went on the air for a little bit before without talking to try to get those notifications out so everyone knows that we are live. I'd like to create some Jeopardy music where it's just while you're waiting, it's do 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 do. I don't know, do something like that. What do you think, LB?
Yeah, that'll work. Play some music. Yeah, that would definitely. Yeah, that'll work. Good idea. Good idea.
So before we get into the topics, I'm going to address everyone I see in the chat right now. We have Wicked and Friends Parody Bizarro Productions, who was the first in. Welcome. We have PB, who's not in. We have the Senate, Trey Courtney. And yeah, that's all I see. And Butterfingers just popped in. Cool. So I said that, PB. Be nice if you were in here with your voice, but you're not, just in the chat. So anyways, we've got a bunch of great topics to get into, but there was one thing I wanted to cover that you asked me in our Twitter chat, and it was about getting a tweet from school saying that your kid was suspended. What was that all about? Because that seemed like an interesting opener for tonight.
What I was basically saying is, how do you change the time of your show and notify the people on your panel via a tweet instead of letting them know privately first?
That's a very compelling point. And look, we have Ghost in here. Ghost, welcome.
What up, yo? What up?
Celebrities just popping in tonight.
Hello, purple person.
What's up, man? What's up?
You know,
I
what's
had
funny?
because Power's tomorrow night, so
And you know what's
might
really
I'm trying new things. It's my like I might promote shit like this.
you have the Ghost where he's wearing a purple jacket.
Nah, I just changed the put a filter over it.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wow, that's creative. Still keeping with the theme. 19K Fox, welcome. It's good to have you in the chat, buddy. So that wasn't actually a thing. Lonely.
No, it wasn't a thing. It was, I was just pointing something out to you to see how you would, how would you feel about that and how you would react. Because that's essentially the same thing that you do when you just decide you're changing, the time of your show 15 minutes before the actual the start time of the actual show is supposed to start.
That actually happened because I didn't find out until like later on when I got into the theater. Like I was checking the times and then I realized
So what time exactly did you find out?
I found out at like probably about 12. And then I was trying to clock it, and then I realized it wasn't ending.
12 a.m. your time?
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, you could have sent us a DM like, hey, I just found out. Hold up. Your show starts at 12 a.m. Central Time. So, you're telling me you found out at 12 a.m. Central Time that you would not be able to stream at 12 a.m. Central Time?
No, I set out the 1 o'clock
point.
tweet a while ago. Like I set the one at 1, saying I was going to start at 1 like earlier, and then I went back through and I'm like, oh, at 12 I found out.
General Zod, I'll ask you again. What time did you find out you would not be able to stream at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time?
Oh, that was earlier. I sent that tweet out.
The time you found out.
Like 8.
Okay, so you found out at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
You sent out a tweet at 9:48 p.m., which is 10:48. No, so hold on, 9:48 my time. So you sent out a tweet 8:48 your time. So instead of letting us know via DM, which would come to all of us much quicker than a tweet, because I'm pretty sure all of us have our DMs on to notify us. You sent out a tweet, so I didn't find out until around the time your show is supposed to start.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I got confused. Honestly, like, yo, is streaming tonight?
Right. Because he didn't notify us.
Fair point.
You'll do it again tomorrow night or next week. But hey, I'm just pointing this out to you. That's why I said, gave you the analogy about your daughter.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're going with that.
Yeah.
All right, well, facts there.
I'm just saying, it would be very nice of you when you find out that, okay, I can't stream at this time. Let me notify the people privately that are on the panels. Then I'll send out the tweet letting the people know, look, hey, the start time of the show is going to be later on. Boom. Just like that. We good. Because, like, I don't have the notifications for my mentions on because too many YouTubers love tagging me in every single one of their videos. I can't afford to have my free data going all off, into crazy worlds all day.
Yeah, I get like tons of notifications, but I have unlimited data. So
Where's everybody else at?
I don't know. PV is just
BNPV.
typing a bunch of stuff in the chat. He's not here. Don't know why. He'll probably jump in
He's
later.
a ghost. No pun intended.
And Curtis, welcome. So I guess we'll jump right into the first topic. The first topic of the night is a very interesting one. And there's going to be a running theme tonight because I've got stuff about cultural appropriation as well from Johnny Depp, actually. And we'll talk about that too. But the first one I wanted to start off with was Funimation. And apparently they had an audio leak that sparks controversy and will it impact Dragon Ball Z?
No.
And the Funimation company, as of late, has been going through a bunch of stuff. If you guys don't know, with Vic Mignani, I think that's how you say his name, situation. And so with them cutting ties and not having any evidence, I've been following that for a little bit. And now the anime company Funimation, currently the #1 trend on Twitter after inappropriate recording sessions were leaked online. These recording sessions included the voices of Dragon Ball Z voice actors making homophobic remarks as well as incest and sexual jokes. The Funimation audio leak come while the company is in the midst of a legal battle with voice actor Vic Mignogna, who it cut ties with after reports of sexual misconduct yet to be proven. It remains to be seen how the Funimation audio leaks will impact the company's business moving forward, especially as it seems to have upset some of the Japanese voice actors who have been actively tweeting about it. However, something else to consider is how it may impact English dubs of video games like the upcoming Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game, for instance. Since the voice actor Sean, I'm not even going to attempt that last name, is the one who confirmed that the Buu saga will be in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, it's safe to assume that at least some of the English voice lines have already been recorded for the game. And if not, that an English dub is at least in the works. However, that dude is one of the individuals involved in the controversy with one of the leaked Funimation auto clips featuring him using homophobic slur multiple times. Scandals like these have seen companies cut ties with actors in the past, though Bandai Namco's response remains to be seen. If the English voice lines have already been recorded in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, then it seems unlikely that Bandai Namco will re-record all of the lines with different voice actor, as that would be potentially expensive undertaking. However, depending on how big the controversy becomes, the backlash may force Bandai Namco's hand and see it attempt to replace the dude and the other voice actors in the recording. At the time of this writing, neither Funimation nor any of the voice actors in the audio leaks have released any statements. It's unclear at this point how the industry will handle the situation and if anyone will be replaced in any of the English dubs of anime or video games like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This game launches 2020. So, more nonsense coming from Funimation. And this isn't the only thing they've changed around some storylines and things. Not necessarily the storylines, but the wording for certain things in certain episodes of DBZ. The English translation, if you put it side by side to the Japanese translation, translates differently. And, makes connections to certain characters that weren't there originally, and it's been a whole big mess. LB, what do you think of this?
Well, I would say you should defer this to Perp since he's the person that's more invested into this topic. It's only right.
I would
Yeah,
ask Zod. I would have to ask Zod, did you hear the audio?
I did not hear the audio.
I posted it in the bridge shit, whatever bridge cool chat. That shit. Yeah,
Okay, so while I'm
it's like
listening
5 minutes.
to this, give me your thoughts, Perp.
I mean, there's people out here like, oh, boycott DBZ. Like, no, that shit ain't happening. Like, relax.
Naturally, I mean,
It's pretty much like the Unbridged. You remember like Dragon Ball Z Unbridged? It's pretty
yep.
much like that, but with the actual voice actors. Like they say some wild shit, but I was like, I expect that from them.
So, like, with this whole thing, like, is this something where they're just getting up and people are getting up in arms for no reason?
Yeah, that's how it always is.
I mean, they are saying some pretty wild stuff, but it sounds like funny stuff.
Yeah. I mean, at least it gives Dragon Ball YouTubers something to talk about for after like Broly was done like earlier in the year, so they had nothing to talk about. Pretty much. So now you got something to talk about. Congratulations.
You know, and this,
They're just pretty much milking all this shit. So
yeah, this whole thing blew up with Vic and him being kind of pushed out. That's what I'm calling it. And I've been following the case, and I've yet to see one um, shred of evidence.
but both sides that are arguing, like, they're fucking retarded, like straight up, like don't even, like shit's stupid. Y'all picking sides over a voice actor that only voice acted on Dragon Ball Z one time, like
Yeah,
fuck
I
that.
mean that sounds real stupid.
Yeah, and
Right.
I mean,
It's not
they're
like
making.
this is not the original Broly voice. Like this is just it's a first time person doing that shit.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he did full Metal Alchemist and shit. So like
yeah, he's
first
a
time.
very accomplished voice actor. He's been in a lot of different things, and the way that they brought these accusations, and it's part of the culture. People, they've been, they get on the train of spinning everything, and then some of these people coming out have against them, and it's been totally just bullshit. And when they first started and leaked that photo of him hugging someone and said that the person was uncomfortable, and then the person came out and said, no, that's just how he is on the panel. He goes up and he hugs his fans. He takes pictures. That doesn't sound like someone trying to be a predator to me. Just sounds like a nice dude. Uh, you know, saying, yeah, hi, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's ridiculous. And it's part of what we've been kind of highlighting these past couple of nights with people getting ridiculous with these claims. Like, the sad part is the people who have legitimate Butterfinger says, oh no, I hugged the horror. The problem with these people who are making these claims is the people who have legitimate claims, uh, you know, they're not going to be taken as serious, or they'll be shuffled to the side for all of the 50 BS claims we have. There's going to be legitimate ones that are just put on the back burner. And why? Because you have these morons claiming harassment for everything.
Right.
And the company just got this hit. Who knows who's going to wind up paying out who? But right now, Funimation has been taking some pretty big hits, and then this comes out, and I'm like, holy crap, man! Although I was
That'll be
listening to
alright,
that
yeah.
audio, and it didn't sound like they were doing it seriously. It sounded just like something funny from looking at the characters and what they were saying.
Yeah. It's like the bridge shit, pretty much. That's all it is.
And people are just up in arms, boycott this, boycott that. It's like, come on, people, chill out. Like, does anyone work? Because I work 2 jobs. I don't have time to be boycotting everything.
Right.
What about you, LB? You got time to do boycotts?
Boycotts are a waste of time.
What about you, Perp? You gonna go out and boycott someone?
I've never boycotted anything in my life. Not gonna start now.
Yeah, I agree with Geekicidal Tendencies. It says in the chat, what kind of person are you to falsify claims like these? Exactly. And that's just the thing, or even they take a situation that they were once in with the person and they over dramatize it. Like, oh my God, I felt so threatened. It's ridiculous. And, on the flip end of this, you are destroying the person's career and their credibility in one move. You're basically destroying a person's livelihood. And even if the accusations are not true, there's still long-term effects. The person still gets hit for work because this is their job and you've called them these names. And once that's out there, we've all seen, you can't take it back. Once it's out in the Twitter world, once it's out on the web, once there's YouTube videos, you can't take these allegations back unless you fight them. I'm glad that Vic is fighting it and that he's taking this to court, because I always say on both ends, if you have evidence, bring it to court. If you're innocent, take them to court. Let the law sort it out, and then let this come to light. Because when you just sit back, welcome, man.
Hello.
Hello there.
Squirrel.
So,
Hello.
Matt, I know you're going to have a lot to say about this topic. I was talking about Funimation gets hit yet again.
Man, they deserve it. They really do with their bullshit. I did listen to all that audio, and that was just pure entertainment. I'm like, wow, all these people like pots and kettles, like whatever, jackasses. I'm like, Gio, you didn't see that coming, being unprofessional, man. They deserve every damn minute of this. And Japan needs to they just needs to like clean house here in the U.S., honestly.
Yeah.
Get Vic back in there and get rid of all these kids trying to play house.
Yeah, I was just talking about that, and I said with these claims against Vic, no one looks at the long-term effects. Is that you are messing with someone's career, their livelihood, and it's just like with me, reputation is everything. Okay, say someone made a claim against the school, right? Whether or not it's true or false, that hits your reputation hard because it's out there. And with Twitter, the internet, YouTube, people making videos, all this stuff, it's out in the world. So even if you prove that these are false, the damage is done. Like, your reputation is tarnished. It takes a long time for people to look past this one blemish you have. It's fucking ridiculous.
Right. That's true. Did you guys have a chance to listen to all that audio?
Yeah. I was like,
No.
this just sounds like the unbridged shit. Like that Team 4-star shit, like where they just make a parody of Dragon Ball and stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, how does it feel? How does it feel to have people take your stuff out of context and then start attacking you for it, Funimation? Doesn't feel that good, right? You can sit there and attack a man, claim, put out all these photos of supposed incidents, and then have people come and go, no, that wasn't the situation at all. And I watch, who is it, Flash? It's been covering this, and he talks about and brings up some interesting points. Vic is a white Christian male. So had he not been a white Christian male, would he be getting slammed this hard? If he was a female, would he be getting hit this hard?
Nah. Mm-mm.
No, not at all. And you know what? If it offends some people, I don't care. That's the truth. That's what's going on here. I mean, they're trying to bury him under this crap, and they're not even looking in their own house.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't the only other bullshit either.
Oh. Dun dun dun. There's good.
Yeah.
With everything that's happened already with like the whole Vic Mignogna thing, Mignogna, whatever. I'm tired. Anyway, Vic Mignogna. See, I can't say his word today. That's my word of the day. I can't say. Yay. But with all that shit that happened with Vic though, and just how I was listening to all the testimony that Ricada had, right? Just working with all the audience and bringing on the attorneys and the beard and having this long discussion about all the stuff that's gone on. It's like there's been a lot of hypocrisy to begin with and a lot of like unsubstantiated claims that didn't really mesh well at all. So the fact that this came out, what else has gone on since the weirdness with that? I mean, is there more stuff that's gone on now? Like I would say this week or last 2 weeks, I've been catching up on that stuff.
There has been things floating around how Funimation has been changing the dubs, or when they subtitle stuff, they've been changing what certain characters say to fit narratives. Like the best example was Dragon Ball. I forget the two characters, but they're supposed to be like really close female friends, and they make it like they're together. Those kind of things that they've been slipping into the animes in the translation or in the subtitling. And when compared to people who've been listening to it, they're like, wait, this is not translated right. I mean, there's been all sorts of shit like this. And it's in here in America because it's after it comes from overseas. So it's the American end messing around with the translation. And the Japanese are getting pissed because they're like, wait a second, that's not what this says. Like, and once it leaves the shores, it's us who's doing the translating and the remixing and the dubbing and the audio and everything. So, I mean, I found that interesting. So, like, they're messing with the content of the animes essentially through the wording, and they got all this other stuff going on. Like, Funimation is becoming like the Disney of anime. It's just like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think Funimation over there in Japan needs to come over. Needs to clean house here in the States. Get rid of all this nonsense that's going on with these kids because it's ruining. Honestly, it's hurting a lot of the franchise. It's starting to mess with all of, don't mess with Dragon Ball. You start messing with that, you're messing with a huge fandom. And these idiots were doing that from day one. And you can only play these PC politics for so long before you start losing money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, people are not going to go and support your products if they know you're just, you have these idiots acting a fool, So that's a lot of money to be messing around about opinion. I'm just saying, look, we're virtue signaling. Look how much woke we're going broke. Ooh.
Yeah, we can do it in anime now. It's like, come on, that's a niche audience. I mean, you're not catering. Like, this isn't like a Disney Marvel thing where you're hitting a certain group of people. I mean, this is a niche audience. We noticed that stuff when you guys put it into what we're watching. So, like, you can't, it's like messing with a Star Trek or something. They're very niche audiences. So when you start messing around with what it's supposed to be, people will pick up on the bullshit and they'll call you out on it a lot faster than like an MCU or a DC or something like that.
Because I can't tell you how many people that, I mean, to be honest with you, because of all this, the leaks coming out and then people being pissed, right? It's actually pissed off a whole lot more of the fan base this time, which I approve of. Because I think that should have happened before, but I think, because this was more of a quote minor incident and Funimation was in PR, control mode, with this stuff leaking and being trending on Twitter almost forever overnight and into the morning, and it was trending almost the day. I've had friends of mine who are huge Dragon Ball Z fans like, hey, can you tell me what happened with that whole Vic Mignogna thing with, the accusations and these people? And then they're like, it's Monica Rial. I'm actually having friends of mine ask me about it now because I was telling them about it like a while ago.
You the plug.
Yeah, I was like, well, and so I direct him over. I'm just like, go watch these videos and then go listen to this testimony. And, here's the transcripts. I mean, this stuff is, been brought to public eye. So because they were already public, they were just brought into a more YouTube universe of it where you can actually have a conversation about it. And so now there's more people pissed. And I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I don't believe in pots and kettles. And when you have false accusations that are taking jobs of people, this is not empowering women, you fucking assholes, at all. This is doing the absolute opposite. But it's just me talking. Um, so I'm kind of glad that all this has happened again. I hate to say that, but I mean, this is just kind of proving the hypocrisy of all of it. And Funimation, Japan, man, get rid of these kids. Clean house. There are a ton of other voice actors you can choose from that have better, what's the word? Oh yeah, like some kind of like respect for your company and product and its fan base. Instead of these children playing house because they think they're comfortable and they think they're safe and they also think they're untouchable. Contracts are meant to be broken. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, that's all I'm saying.
And you have a super chat from the Ancient One that says, another gigantic bag of premium nuts and acorns for at Mad Squirrel, her husband, Calm Squirrel, and the little squirrels. So they won't have to rattle the tree.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Ancient
One. And one more super chat from the Ancient One that says, the leaders in charge at Funimation need to realize that identity politics are wrong for the same reasons that the leaders back in Disney are promoting them. Exactly, Ancient One. I totally agree with you. Like, the identity politics, like, when I was looking at things, I go, oh, identity of politics won't affect the MCU and Captain fucking Marvel. I'm like, okay, well, I still got comics. Nope. And I'm like, well, anime. Anime won't be touched. It's from Japan. How could they possibly put identity politics in anime? Nope. Once it comes to America, it's fucked.
Yep.
So.
Yep. It's sad.
It's a sad day. LB, taking out the anime portion of it, what do you just think of the broadment of these identity politics hitting everything? Just every single thing here in the U.S.
Well, this is what happens when you allow, for lack of a better term, losers get high positions. They get these positions at things and they think they can change the world because they got picked on or they didn't get what they want as little children. It's funny because I know it's kind of off topic, but it's in the same realm. So the mockumentary show Beverly Hills 90210 that I've been watching, right? The head writer of the on the show, not the real life show, but like the one that's playing the role on the show, because they're rebooting the show on the show, so it's a mockumentary. So the head writer is basically an SJW. So she's putting all of her politics and thoughts into the script of the show, and the cast hated it. And like they was clowning her, they was letting her know it was trash, and they was calling her an SJW. They didn't say SJW, but they was basically calling her that. And it's funny because she's saying all the buzzwords that they use as far as white privilege, this and that, and it's just hilarious seeing them doing it on the show, and it's like kind of refreshing because they notice that this is going on in all aspects of the country right now, and I enjoy that. But back to the topic, it's just like, man, these people, like, you're writing shows, you're creating things. Stop thinking about yourself. Like, stop trying to make this product live through you. Like, it's not your creation. If you're creating something for yourself that you want to get funded, go for it. Do whatever you want. But you're creating something that's popular, like Dragon Ball Z, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Star Wars or whatever. Like, you're creating something that has big time fan bases. Don't come into this thing thinking you can change the world. No, you're not going to change the world. You're just going to upset the world, which is the fans of these products.
Exactly. Very well put. Very well put.
Thank you. I surprised myself right there.
The Senate is. I wanted to say hello to the Senate. The Senate is in there, and also hello, Geekus Idle Tendencies. How are you, sir?
Also, Perp, you're the spokesperson. You're the advocate of anime. How
Oh,
does this make you feel?
I'm the president of anime.
Oh, I gotta change your slogan now.
Perp changes
Supreme
anime.
leader anime.
Oh my, that would like totally communist, but I guess I support this as long as it's under the ring of perp. Except everyone's gonna have to watch anime. LB's hiding.
Perp, how does this make you feel?
Doesn't make me feel like either way, because that's not a lot of anime. You'll see that more identity politics with like the Netflix shit, because they are on some weird shit with their Netflix shit. But like that's why you got other shit out there. You don't gotta watch Dragon Ball. Go watch Naruto. Go watch other things.
But come on, bruh. I know you're trying to promote this anime thing, but for Dragon Ball Z fans, it's like lifelong Dragon Ball Z fans. That's
I
all they
mean,
left them.
Just watch the sub. Don't fuck with that. I keep telling people that. Just watch the sub.
Okay, what's the sub for somebody that doesn't watch this?
Subtitles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So basically, get it from the source.
pretty much.
Yeah, don't listen to the dub. Now, what about the issue with them translating it wrong?
I mean, that's just them. That's how they always going to do it. Like they're always going to try to make it westernized and whatnot. But because they have different humor over there than we do, so they got to change certain jokes, or
It's true.
they've been doing that for years.
So there you got it. And how do you feel about identity politics? Do you feel leave them out of our anime?
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Not while Perp reigns.
That shit will not pop.
And honestly, that's a lot of work too to westernize it into the. They're not. I mean, Japan's never going to have that SJW shit. It's not going to happen. Like,
Yeah, they got a whole different culture out there. Like their shit, they got some weird shit over there. But
yeah.
Yeah, the Asians.
It's what it is.
In chat, Trey Courtney says, I'm not even watching the Watchmen series right now because they're putting identity politics into that. As far as new TV shows, when everyone was talking about the Beverly Hills
Wait.
show,
How you know that?
Oh, that's what Trey said.
Oh, you ain't watched the show yet.
The Senate says, did someone chop you in half if you're supreme leader?
Nah. I always come back. I never die. The purple never die.
Geek Sidle Tendencies in chat says, the Lonely Banter just finished your Galaxy's Edge video. Awesome, my friend. So it's a hard no on the blue milk then.
I will not answer. You have to go watch. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Curtis asked, what about dub for One Punch due to the humor aspect, Perp?
Subbed. Everything subbed. It's just better.
Honestly, the subs are. I would rather read the subtitles, even if it is. I don't really care for too much changes with the humor. I'd leave it alone. It's Japanese. Leave it the hell alone. I don't mind the jokes. They're jokes because their humor is going to be different, but I don't mind it.
Put it this way: would you want to watch Endgame with a Japanese dub over it?
That'd be weird as hell.
Probably be lit, honestly. Because honestly, like, Japanese voice actors, they got more heart than these English voice actors. They be just make that shit not believable.
Ancient One says, identity politics should be left out of all forms of entertainment. Yes, it should.
For that, I would half agree. And because, like I said, if you're creating something like for yourself, like say if I'm creating a TV show or book or video game or whatever, I could put whatever I want into it. Now,
Yeah.
whether I get it funded to move on to something bigger, that's something else. But if you're creating something on your own, that's cool to do. But if I get hired to write screenplay for a Superman movie, and then I change Superman into a bisexual superhero, then that's a problem because Superman was never that. You're putting your identity politics into an established character. Now that's an issue. You know what I'm saying?
I
Oh,
figured that.
jeez. Super chat from the Senate. Porn has no identity politics. Watch more porn. Give it time, Senate. Give it
I
time.
got some
Pretty
fucked up
soon
shit.
you'll have girls going, "Are you objectifying me?"
Yo, that'd be funny as hell.
Yeah.
I am. No, I'm not, I ain't even gonna go there. we keeping it PG over here.
PG.
So, speaking of all of the identity politics, I wanted to bring up something. Let's talk about cultural appropriation, apparently, and Johnny
There's a
Depp.
lot of that going around.
I mean,
Mostly,
I don't mean to throw shade at my white friends on the panel,
Eminem.
but I mean that's been going on throughout the history of the planet.
Eminem.
Savage campaign pulled from Twitter and Instagram.
Vanilla Ice. No.
I don't know if I'm gonna say this right because I'm not a big perfume person. Is that
Savage.
yeah?
That's so corny.
Did
They try to make Savage sound fancy. No, that's stupid.
Sauve.
the first one? Did
What is
yours?
It's either Sauve or Savage.
Savage, maybe? Is it-
Savage. Yeah, that's something like that. I'm pretty sure I know a Savage. Yo, like,
You're so savage.
Oh my god.
21 Savage. That's funny.
Get Dior's new Savage at Target.
This is stupid.
Mhm.
It's terrible.
So, Dior's Savage campaign was pulled from Twitter
Hey,
and
come on now,
Instagram.
come on, Brett. Let's get it right now. Savage.
Savage.
There you go.
I channeled it, LB.
Feed into your inner gangster.
The campaign was pulled from Twitter and Instagram amid an online backlash. Oh no, what did Savage do? It's the
Smells
French
like a
word
murder.
for savage.
Backlash. I this is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, I'd bring it to you guys.
It's always French people.
I was just gonna say how they get
Dior.
Some weird Italian
Are
shit.
they wearing their vests too while they're doing this little campaign? Let's find out.
This is exciting. Dior, the French luxury fashion company, has taken down videos from its latest cologne, Savage, from both Twitter and Instagram. However, as of 2:55 Mountain, I'm going to assume because it says MT Friday, a YouTube video from the Christian Dior account of the campaign was still available for viewing. The company, which is being accused of racism for its depiction of the Native American culture,
Oh.
yeah, that old chestnut. The spot, which appeared on Twitter Friday morning, features an unidentified indigenous man dancing in traditional dress and a voiceover by Johnny Depp. I think that's humorous. The tweet proclaims that the ad campaign is an authentic journey deep into the Native American soul in a sacred, founding, and secular territory, with more to come September 1st.
God help me.
Oh my goodness, that's whole. Oh.
What is?
Ain't September?
Oh,
Oh, that's
They tried.
Savage
Savage.
Savage in French has a variety of meanings, including wild, unspoiled, and savage. Critics also decried the
Cringe.
involvement of Johnny Depp, who is the celebrity face of the fragrance and stars in a film promoting Savage. And there, let me pull up the picture. There's Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp obviously needs a check.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody.
there you go. There's a picture of him looking all.
He not gonna be in Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Like,
The teaser video promoted many Twitter users to call the video racist and cultural appropriation.
Whatever. Who's bitching about this? Are these all whites? I'm just asking for a friend. But like, are these all like?
Let's see. Kathleen Smith. Yep. Courtney. Probably. There's 18 other people. They're probably all white.
They need to shut up
The
and chill.
the City News reached out to Du Jour for comments, but have not heard back. So, do you think that Johnny and the gang are culturally appropriating the Native American people in their wild and savage video? There was about 10 seconds of dancing in the ceremonial dress.
Alright. So you know, after seeing this, I'm normally not one to be jumping on the fake outrage and joining in on this foolishness they do out there. But just looking at that video, I was like Johnny Depp, man. I know you do a lot of drugs and you drink a lot, but like, bruh, like, come on, bruh, like. You couldn't have thought this was a good idea. Was that check that large that made you just bypass thinking?
they gave him a
Well,
bag.
let me say this, as far as just an opinion. This is obviously, it is going for like that whole cultural appropriation thing to a point. His background is Cherokee on him. He's mixed. And yeah, and he was actually officially brought into one of the what do you call it, the tribes, not that long ago. I think a few years ago, maybe more than that. It's been a while. But he's part Cherokee and he's mixed. And I got the same thing on my side. I got Chippewa and Cherokee, and they're all messed up. But anyway, the point is, though, is that like they're not really discussing that part of it. So it's not like he's just some white actor, period, going into that. He's somebody who has a mixed background. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's and that's why I'm like,
Well,
I don't really care. I don't think this is too inappropriate, because of who they have in that place. So it's
Now,
like,
go ahead.
no, it's all right. That's it. That was all I was
All
going
right.
to say.
So now that you've mentioned that, I take back everything that I said.
Sorry. No, but I
Right.
just I didn't know because a lot of people don't know that, and
Right.
and I had a long time ago I read a bunch of stuff because he brought it up because he he has that background. That's why he has the look he does, right? Because people ask him, well, what is your background, hereditary? Because they used to ask you those questions back in the day, and they have for a long time, especially now. They'll ask you what your background is, genetics, and all this stuff. And he was Cherokee. He was part of his family's Cherokee and reservation and so on. And so he's like, I've always wondered more about my history, my family history, and things like that, because it wasn't something back then. It was kind of like you didn't discuss it once you got off reservation. You got the hell off reservation, because it's like a concentration camp. That's how our families saw it, right? And my family was the same way. So there's parts of the family that don't even talk about it, even though there's records, plenty of records, and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just interesting because he has Native American ancestry. That is part of who he is as a person. And when you're heavily mixed, what do they want? I mean, I guess they're saying, no, that's extremely... Now, the name could have been fucking something else. I agree with that. That was a little... I don't know.
That was on the nose.
Like LB,
Very on the nose.
Like LB, would you rock a yarmulke in your next video?
Nah, bruh.
Okay.
So
here's
like,
some
all
more
right.
pictures.
So my thing is with that. Like I said, I take everything I said as far as that because I thought Johnny Depp was like a 100% Caucasian man, and they was doing that. then that's why I had an issue. But now that you mentioned what he is, it's like, okay, what's the problem here? Like, the problem here is a lot of people don't know that. They just think Johnny Depp's a straight Caucasian man.
Yeah.
So it's like they could have explained, okay, this guy is an official part of, how does it say he's an official member of the Cherokee tribe?
Well, no, he's not a part of the Cherokee tribe. That's hereditarily, that's the background on him somewhere in
Okay.
there, or Creek. But the problem is that a lot of those, there was this huge thing that went on with the Lone Ranger. Remember that whole nonsense
Yep.
where they had it all blown up, and well, the tribes there, like, they all fight amongst each other. That's what people understand. All the Native Americans are on the same page. It's still tribal, angst between all the different tribes. So some tribes are like, "Oh, he's not because he's not a part of us," and they're like, "Well, yeah, because he doesn't share any." And you don't need to necessarily have DNA. That's not how you prove if somebody's Native American or not. It's usually family history and so on like that, right? But he got accepted into some of the tribes there in New Mexico. He actually was officially brought into the tribes there, and especially around the time they were filming Lone Ranger. But that's the stuff going on prior to years before that. But Disney was trying to, lack of better words, whitewash that shit and say, "Oh no, he has roots," and then other sites were like, "Oh, he has none," and it's like, "Oh my god, this could go on for days." But in the end, he's claimed to have it, and he was brought into an actual tribe with the Native Americans there in New Mexico. I forgot which tribe it was. He was officially brought into the tribe. So in the end, it's always about, well, you're not this because we say so, or you don't have this. And everything always either goes back to, well, you have to be able to prove it,
Right.
or our opinion is against yours because you're not dark enough. Because
Right.
apparently everybody's got to look like Geronimo and shit running around. Like,
Right, right.
for anybody, for the rest of us who don't look even dark enough to be quote Native American, it's kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how this country is. Like, they don't know what race is. Like, they think all black people need to be dark skinned. They think
Right.
if you unless you're the color of a sheet of paper, you're not white. They think Puerto Ricans are a race. They think Japanese. They think Chinese is a race. These people don't know anything here. So
Right.
yeah, this doesn't surprise me. But maybe the company that did this, they could have shared some background of just like what you explained to us. Like, they could have done that. They could have put out a video, like a quick little video before they put that video out. Like, it'll
Yeah.
start before the commercial, like, hey, this is Johnny Depp, blah 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 blah, boom. But because that most people ain't gonna go research this stuff.
And here's the other thing too. The name needs to go. Like, they should not have used that fucking name. Savage. Whatever.
Savage.
That sounds terrible. I'm like, I mean, you're going back to that old stereotype about the the honorable savage. Like that old 1920s, 1800s bullshit.
Mhm.
And this isn't. I don't know. I think Dior fucked up. They fucked up on that. They should have done something else. I mean, had it not been that name, I don't believe it would have gotten as much heat as it has.
Like
And I think-
Sacred Land or
and
something.
I think putting Johnny Depp in that position, with all the controversy he's had in the past about the Native American background, he wasn't a good decision. But maybe they did it because they wanted the PR buzz.
Hey, that's very true, right
know?
there.
I know it's
He's,
like conflict, but it's so weird. That's a horrible. Who the hell thought of
Look.
Savage?
There you go. There you go. There you go. You got it. But man, and this speaks to like this diversity foolishness. Like, these, I'm not saying these companies need to hire each checkbox, but man, you got to have somebody in that room to be like, look, bruh, this ain't a good idea. Or maybe they do. Or maybe they do have someone in that room who just wants a paycheck. Like, yeah, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. But man, you need some realness in these rooms, man. You do. Because I mean, this is a French company, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dior.
see, they probably have zero idea about Native Americans in the United States. I mean, I can't say that with 100% fact, but I highly doubt there are Native Americans hanging out in France.
It's like, it's so weird with all this progression, and yet like some companies seem to be stuck in like that I'd say turn of the century, 1920s thinking about their marketing tactics. And some of the stuff, yes, I get that it's worked over time, but this is just the name itself is offensive. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty offensive. But Savage, Savage. Uh, but in the end, it's going back to bad research on the company. I agree. Nobody did any research on that. They didn't think about it. They were just like, oh well, this sounds exotic.
And it's catchy.
Man, look, I'm not gonna put it past these international companies that are just doing this stuff because it gets publicity. Cause like with what company was it? Dolce Gabbana, whoever did the blackface sweaters.
Yes.
Like
Oh shit.
Yep.
no, it was Gucci. Yeah, it was Gucci. It's like, bruh, black people can't afford Gucci, bruh. Like this is why y'all did this, man, because you get everybody talking about it. Probably had all these folk in Europe rocking the blackface Gucci sweaters and stuff. Like they do this stuff on purpose. I'm thinking because this stuff is like so out there. It's just like, come on, bruh. Somebody had to let y'all know this is not a good idea.
There was, and they were like, whatever. We're
Yeah.
artists. We'll do what we want. And then they put it out there.
Know your place, Savage.
Savage. You have to say it.
Hey, speaking of fake cultures, let's talk about someone who's fake. Our favorite subject, brought to you in part by LB. Do you want to say this name? Because I feel like I'm going to butcher it, LB.
How can you butcher this name? It's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I can't say it. What's that?
Oh my.
Bruh, you said your mom from Puerto Rico and you can't pronounce this?
No, man.
Did you disavow your Hispanic roots?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to learn the language. My mom, when she gets mad, she be swearing at me, and it's like, all right, she's pissed.
Does she call you a gringo?
No. We don't go that wild in the house.
Morning, Tommy. Tommy just entered chat. Hello, Tommy. And hello to Lord Shellback, who also popped in.
Fucking turtles. So, Cortez must unblock Twitter users because it's unconstitutional.
Just say AOC, bruh. AOC.
Thank you. AOC must unblock Twitter users because it's unconstitutional. First Amendment group tells Democrat. This is interesting. So, Representative AOC and President Donald Trump have at least one thing in common. They like to block people on Twitter. But a First Amendment foundation at Columbia University is advising the freshman New York Democrat to unblock users on her personal account because the act by a public official violates the U.S. Constitution based on recent court rulings involving Trump. While there may be a reasonable restriction that don't go to the specific views that are being expressed on Twitter, at the end of the day, the First Amendment prohibits public officials like Representative OC from silencing critics because of views they're expressing. Carrie Diesel, a staff attorney for the Knight First Amendment Institute at Columbia University, told Newsweek. Diesel is one of several legal experts from New York School who signed a letter that was sent to the freshman Democrat on Wednesday warning her of the constitutional violation she's committing by blocking Twitter users because she disagrees with their views and criticism. Former Democrat, New York State lawmaker Dov Hikind and GOP New York congressional hopeful Joseph Salindo are in the midst of separate federal lawsuits against OC for blocking them in the social media platform. As of Thursday afternoon, that's hilarious. As of Thursday afternoon, both men confirmed to Newsweek they remain blocked. The practice is unconstitutional, and we are writing in hopes of dissuading you from engaging in it, Giselle and her colleagues wrote to OC. OC's office did not respond to Newsweek's request for
Bruh,
comment. The federal,
bruh. Pause for
yeah,
a second. AOC.
yeah,
Not the
I was
OC,
just.
not like the TV show. It's AOC.
I know, I just liked it better. OC.
No, it's AOC, bruh. Come on.
Fine. AOC office did not respond to Newsweek's request for comment. A federal appeals court ruled last month that Trump cannot block users on Twitter despite it being through his personal uh, real Donald Trump handle because the digital platform is viewed as a public forum for officials. The account is used to conduct official business and to interact with the public, the court ruled, rendering the president unable to bar the general public from accessing the information he disseminates. The Knight Institute represented the plaintiffs in the case. AOC uses her personal account at AOC in the same way as do the vast majority of lawmakers. The AOC Twitter account has all the hallmarks of an official account, Diesel said, pointing to several examples of the Congresswoman using it to make statements, provide information, and ask questions that are all directly pertinent to her job and constituents. Representative AOC seems to use it predominantly for the purpose of communicating with constituents and members of the public about very significant matters of public concern. One exception for lawmakers to block users, Diesel explained, would be if threats were made to AOC on the platform. Still, the burden would be on the lawmaker to prove that is the case. Responding to the Knight Institute's letter, AOC wrote in a tweet that she has less than 20 accounts that are blocked for ongoing harassment. 0 are my constituents. Harassment is not a viewpoint. Some accounts, like the Daily Caller, posted fake nude photos of me and abused my comments to spread it. No one is entitled to abuse. In the 2 pending lawsuits against her, AOC's attorneys have argued that she is exempt from the First Amendment because she's using her personal account. Highkind said they also claimed AOC did not block him because of his criticisms or difference of opinions, but they failed to provide a reason for the block. AOC lawyers presented these ridiculous arguments. I mean, pathetic, the former Democratic state lawmaker told Newsweek. So why did she block me? Did she throw a dart at a bunch of names on the wall and it landed on me? It's disingenuous, and I think it's cowardly, to be honest. Highkind believes his criticism of AOC has also been respectful. If you're an elected official, you got to tolerate people's different points of view. He continued. The court ruled this is my freedom of speech. AOC is a progressive. I don't get her what her values are. When you're a progressive, you're supposed to be able to be tolerant of other people's points of view. It's called the First Amendment.
Yeah, that woman. I don't know.
So, LB, let me start with you because I'm sure you have a lot to say about this. What do you think?
Well, I agree 100% with the people that are saying that she's violating the First Amendment because, like they say, you're an elected official. And that whole AOC using the excuse that she's using her personal Twitter account, no. You don't sit there and post pictures of you going to McDonald's to get a burger. You don't post pictures of you painting your toenails. You don't post pictures of saying club night is lit. You tweet nothing but politics on that account. Like, I'm pretty sure your account links to your a website, which is a politician website, and all this other stuff. So you're an elected official, like it says, like you got to deal with everything that comes with being an elected official. Like, so you blocking people because they disagree with you is absolutely utterly ridiculous.
Hmm.
Um, you're clearly violating the First Amendment. Like, you had a problem with Trump doing this,
Yep.
but now you're doing this, and you're coming up with excuses, talk about harassment. People are posting fake news of you. Well, of course, if somebody's posting fake news of you, you block it. That has nothing to do with what you're doing for your job. But a lot of this other stuff, you're blocking them because they oppose your views. Is come on, it's petty. Like
Yeah.
you're a congresswoman. Be better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can't we just cry this every time we get some jackass on our Twitter posting
I
a
mean,
thousand things?
I'm nobody. Like, and I think people blocking people on social media because they disagree with their opinions is petty. Like, I don't block. She needs to be. She's held to a higher standard.
Hmm.
Like, come on. Like, you're blocking somebody because they're a Republican or they think that your policies are dumb. Like, come on, bro.
Well, it's just like what happened with Trump. He had blocked a bunch of people, and they said it was unconstitutional. They pulled the same thing with him. So really, this is just this is just a repeat of what happened with another public figure. It was against the Constitution because it's a public square. You're a public figure. You know, I think the law should be applied both ways. No matter if you are serving in any kind of public office, especially as a public servant. I think she forgot that part about servant. Um, and just like Trump too, you're not above that. That should be across the board, no matter what public role you're in. So yeah, he had it happen to him. I think it should be applied both ways and across the board for all these assholes. So,
Yeah,
For real.
normally I don't agree with these knights of the whatever, the First Amendment, because they throw that out. It seems when it suits them to play the First Amendment card, but in this case, the fact that they're going after both sides, I completely agree. And I mean, I'm a fan of Trump, but I don't agree one
Oh,
way or
you
the
are?
other. Oh yeah, yeah.
I
oh
knew
my.
you was
Zod
racist.
approves.
I knew you was racist. I knew it. I knew it.
Zod has his hat that he wears, but it
But
doesn't
yeah,
have
I
anything.
agree with you, man. Like, a lot of people throughout these amendment things, whether it's the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, like most of these people don't know what these amendments mean. But this is
Yep.
pretty clear cut and dry. Like, this is, you're violating it. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you're playing the victim here. Oh, people are harassing me. Um, no, they're doing what you do. Like, you jump into barstool sports, you don't know what they're talking about, throwing around foolishness about breaking laws and stuff. Like, they're just doing what you do.
Hmm.
Deal with it. You're a congresswoman. Go do your job. Stop worrying about what people are saying in your mentions.
Yeah.
It's like, first off, how do you have time to be tweeting out this ridiculousness? Because I check the Twitter every now and again. I like to see what the other side is thinking. They're funny and wacky, and I'm like, how do you have time to tweet all of this shit? And you're supposed to be doing shit. Like, are you even doing your job, or are you sitting on the Twitter? Because I know Trump's doing his job. Trump's tweeting while he's making policies. He's probably in the meeting right now, tweeting and making a policy.
Like straight up, just think about it. Like, she has over 5 million followers on Twitter, right?
Hmm.
And we probably, us combined, probably have what, 500 followers, maybe 1,000.
Yep.
Hmm.
And just think about all the mentions we get full of videos tagging us all day.
Yep.
Now, she probably gets hundreds of thousands mentions a day. Like, you're a congresswoman and you're worried about what people are in your mentions saying. Like, you could disable this stuff. You don't have to look at your mentions.
Right. Right. You
What?
can just mute it. Like, you don't need
Right.
to block people and get into all that, but it's like she's doing it on purpose because remember, what was it? Stop yelling from the cheap seats or something. That that's
Yep.
that's who this person is. Like, she just thinks that she's above everyone. I'm like, gee, this doesn't sound fucking familiar to me. Like, shut the hell up with your bullshit. This is just, oh my god, that whole what were they called? The squad Broad Squad,
Oh
whatever.
God.
They're
The
all with
squad.
the squad, all of them with their double standards. Well, the laws apply to thee, but not me. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because it's just like, oh, when it suits you, you play this game of constitutional rights and being violated and stuff like that. But now, had this been reversed, and and it did happen to Trump, and he comes out and he's like, man, these people are harassing me, so I blocked them. Then they're like, oh, well, they're protected by the First Amendment. He's silencing people's voices. He doesn't like their opinion. Oh, but at the same token, now fake nude photos come out. Someone twists your words in the media, and now it's a problem? You don't like it when people twist your words. Maybe this is a fucking life lesson. Maybe you should be careful with what you're saying. No, we're not going to take that from this.
I just thought, isn't violating the First Amendment, isn't that an impeachable offense?
Oh my goodness, LB, you might be onto something.
Should we start the impeach AOC campaign?
Oh my God,
impeach AOC.
that'd be the only campaign that would actually suffice. Like both sides of the aisle would be like, yes, please. That's the sad part.
We've been number one trending.
Like AOC, man, like she's not 100% dumb. Like she has some good ideas, man, but it's just like she's just out there, man, and this stuff like this, like go do some work. Like your bills that you're trying to get passed don't be working. Figure something out. Stop worrying about your mentions on social media.
Yeah, man, put the Twitter down. Put the Twitter down. Right.
Like y'all are out here talking about how much Trump tweets, but you're here blocking people because they disagree with your opinion. Why are you in Congress?
Why aren't you being a Twitter warrior?
So Zod, so you like Trump, so that means you're a Republican, right? I don't think I can associate with you anymore. I
thought,
don't think.
Whoa!
I can't talk to you anymore because you're a racist bigot. Like, wow.
That's right. I forgot. Well, you know what?
I thought you were a conservative black man this whole time. I thought we bonded on that.
No, wow.
That's what I heard.
Leave. I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. You'll see me taking pictures of all the people coming across the border in their cages, going, selfies.
Wow.
As I state before, as I've always have, I fuck both sides of the goddamn aisle. They're all bullshit. They're all full of shit. I'll bring the gasoline. We'll bring a harp. We'll reinvent Rome. That's fine with me. I don't give a shit. Fuck it.
The squirrel's gone wild.
So,
done.
Tim Pool made a good point about AOC. He said that AOC, a lot of her agendas, like they align with Trump, but she just comes at it from like a different perspective. So he's like, they're not really that much different. Like they're similar.
Oh, especially now. It's different talking points, and at the end of the day, after they've been on camera and doing whatever legislation, they all go to dinner with each other anyway.
Yeah.
So fuck them. Slasher had made a comment earlier. He's like, Jesus Christ, I'm in the Bronx. Send me the form and I'll hand it to her myself. I'm not
Hey, Slasher, you might want to double check. She might be the congresswoman in your district. Like,
oh God,
you can make change.
Oh God. Suddenly she shows up in his district. Oh my.
I thank God every day I moved away from New York. I love it, but at the same time, yes, happy.
Really, to get off of AOC really quick. Mega Jetty asked if the subject of Star Wars girl has been brought up earlier in the show. I am not sure if it has because I came in a little late.
Okay, what happened? No, never mind. Yeah, go ahead. What
I have
happened?
no idea. I'm catching up, so because I was in a nice coma.
She
so I don't
had done a video about her sister and that whole thing. So it's been going around. It was touching from what I heard. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it because, as you guys know, I mean, I'm super busy, so I can't always watch every single video.
Yeah, Mega
But I saw
Jetty.
it in my notifications.
I'm shocked you had time to watch it, Mega Jetty, since you're subscribed to over 200 people on YouTube.
It's oh man.
I'm getting my AOC petty on here.
Was it something that she posted on Twitter?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the Twitter feeds. It was way back. And on a serious note, that is a sad thing that happened. My thoughts and prayers go out because that's never an easy thing. Losing a family member, that whole thing was really sad.
Okay, what exactly happened with this latest video? Like, I don't follow her, I don't watch her, so I don't. This is like foreign language to me. This is like trying to figure out if it's savage or savage.
uh, I'm trying to go back in my notifications here. Oh my god! In the span of like an hour, I got a bunch. Keep that in mind, AOC. There's lots of notifications that go around daily. It's okay. You don't have to have a conniption about every single one.
Okay, her cousin died.
Yeah, that was,
Okay. Yeah.
and it was a very a sad thing because there was a missing persons out, and they were trying to find her. And
Oh, her sister. Okay, so she did make a video about her sister, and
yeah,
then she said a day and 2 months ago I lost my little sister, and today I lost my cousin.
damn.
And they were both such amazing humans that lit up everyone's I'm assuming she meant life. They touched. The world is so empty without them. Ellen and Amy. My heart is so broken. I'll do anything to have you back.
Oh
Um,
god, damn, man.
so
I
yeah,
didn't know she lost a cousin too.
she put out a video. Mega Daddy's talking about on her channel. Hold on, let me see here if I can be all fancy and shit. I'm still not used to StreamYard's barn, whatever.
The yard.
The yard. I'm not used to the yard yet. So this is her right now. This is one of her videos on the channel. And I don't want to play it. I want people to be able to go to her Twitter feed and check it. I will retweet it. But yeah, like this is the post she has about her cousin. And it's sad. It's very sad when you start losing family, especially.
Oh my god, the ancient one said Anna's cousin ended up in a car wreck. A teenager who didn't have a driver's license wrecked right into her, putting her in critical. Jesus Christ. Thank you, ancient one. Yeah, and I just want to speak on this for a second, and I'll get a little bit personal, a little while we're on the topic. Because I think it pertains to this situation. So I'll share it with you guys. Recently
talk to us, Trump supporter. Talk to us.
I have a best friend, and at a point in my life, I was I had hit some hard times. Their family had taken me in, and I recently found out that my friend's father had he's in the hospital. He had a heart replacement, and it was a artificial valve. They use like a pig's valve or some craziness that they can do now, and it started failing on him. I've this past week been in the hospital every single day with my best friend, going through that, and I can say, people, it sucks. I recently, before that, lost a good friend of mine in New York, so I've been taking hits myself. And it's good to come onto public forums sometimes and express and talk to other people when like maybe you can't talk to people close to you. So we come and we do these things and post these things because it's a way of venting. And Anna is a really nice person. She's very passionate about the things she likes and the videos that she makes. And coming from the angle that I've been going through, I understand what it's like to be taking a hit one week after the other of people close to you that are just going through these terrible things. So go over there and definitely show some support, show her some love, and you know, every little bit helps, man. People appreciate knowing that other people who follow us and stuff like that are there for us. I don't know, it helps you get through your day. It's helped me continue doing my streams and bringing you guys the show, even though like maybe I don't want to. Maybe I just want to curl up in a ball and freaking cry, but I can't. I'm a dictator. That's not what I do. So I got to keep going. And, you know, Anna's going through a really, really tough time. So, you know, go show her some love. Go check out her channel. You know, go post something on the thread and just say, you know, best wishes or something like that. Just, you know, let her know she's not alone because it sucks. It's a horrible feeling, and it's really bad when you feel like you can't do anything. You know, when the only thing in your control is to make a video about it or to post and let your feelings out in the public, then it's always good when you guys come and say nice things. It makes us feel better. So go over there and show her some love.
General Zod,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make an announcement. Is that okay with you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm currently I'm actually only 500 and oh never mind. No, I won't do that.
I got you, though. I got the reference.
Shout out to Sean Stackhouse.
Well, yeah, we you know, just anyone watching or anyone who tunes in, we use levity here to get through our shit, but we're all people, okay? Here on YouTube, on Twitter, whatever we do, we have our audience, but we're all people that just have voices and just like to talk. So we get on our platforms and we bring you guys the news, but we have personal stuff that happens. And just like anyone else, we take the hits, and you know, some days it's hard. You know, some days you don't want to get, you know, you have something scheduled, you don't want to get on and be and talk about something because you're so emotionally wrecked. And I mean, for the past like 2 weeks, I've been in this state, and I can only imagine. And she's got higher subs than me and huge channels, and she's still got to put out content, even if she's feeling blue, because that's what we choose to do for you guys. So, you know, on a serious note, go over there and, you know, show her some love. That's all I got. I want to keep things light tonight. But, you know, any final thoughts from you, Flo?
Not really. I think everyone grieves a little differently. So some people take it to a public forum. For other people, they don't. So I know some people might give her some heat for bringing, you know, just discussing all this so openly. And I understand, and you know, everyone grieves differently, and it's hard. You know, especially when you're going through grief, people do need to have support from their communities and from their families, and everyone kind of just has their own way, method of dealing with things. And I think for her, she's had a lot of hits in a very short amount of time, less than a few months. And when you lose someone close to you, and then you lose another person who's very close to you, it's a very different feeling than it is if it's I don't know how to explain, an estranged cousin you've never met, or an estranged uncle you've never had time with, or even a parent, and even in that case, So every death affects us differently. But every time you have a close death, they kind of like bounce off of each other. So, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, you know, okay. Okay, so this is you start to feel those residual things that remind you of losing someone else that you loved is like it brings back the death of the other person as well, especially in a small window. It can even be for years. You know, um, I know that when I worked in hospice care and things like that, I noticed in a lot of families like the grief processing it varied. Some were really like healthy, and others were terrible.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, terrible is more common. So when someone goes through grief, there's a lot of inner family dynamics and people have their drama and suddenly, my feelings are more important than this loss, that kind of shit. So it's good to have a community you can go to that will understand and at least be there for you. And sometimes when you have a death in a family, and I don't know how her family dynamics are. I'm not acquainted with her personally. I don't know her, but at the same time, everyone has different ways they cope with death. And I know I used to make I still do for some people. It depends. It depends. But I used to make grieving books, and what they were was notes from other people, with strangers, people you knew, that basically gave you support. And in the book, it would be poems or it would be songs, all different ages, all different groups, backgrounds, and I put them all into a book, and I would send it to the person because I knew that in a year, an anniversary would happen or it would be a rough day. And because grief doesn't go away, it takes a long time to get over sometimes someone's death. You pick up that book, you look at it, and you see all these things in there from other people who for years are still grieving, or maybe they just have a sense of loss in their lives depending on who they lost. Some people it was a parent, other people it was a spouse or a child, and they share with you what helped them get through those times and things that brought them some support and love. And I call them grieving books, and I make them for different people I've known, if I'm familiar especially enough to do that. And you give it to them and they can go back on it and look at it and have support, because that's for the next few years it's going to be hard. And then as time goes on, yeah, some things go away, but loss is always there. It's just the way life is. But anyway, there was a story I did want to interject. A story, I hope you don't mind.
Sure.
It
Hold,
came
hold,
up. I'm sorry, go
before you
ahead.
interject,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
can I make an announcement, a real announcement, General Zod?
Certainly.
All right. So our favorite squirrel, the squirrely conversationalist, is currently at 103 subscribers on her YouTube channel.
Oh,
And just this week, she interviewed Slasher Mix Splitter, Childhood and Change,
yeah.
between two nuts. So
The name
hey,
never gets old.
take that however you want to take it. But it's a nice, almost 2 hour interview between two nutty people. So look, I'm gonna drop the link into the channel,
Oh, thank you. Very
and
kind.
this is what you can do. I'm not saying you have to do it. Only if you want to. If you enjoy hearing Mad Squirrel, because we do. When she was gone, life was just not the same. I'm telling you. Our
No.
private chats between all of us in the fandom zone was depressing. Like, wow. But now she's back. You see how cheery we all are? We're so happy. So look,
We are back.
the link, add it to your watch list only if you want to. I'm pretty sure you all enjoy Mad Squirrel. So if you want to hear Mad Squirrel talk for at least 2 hours,
Jesus Christ. That's like,
2 hours,
I'm sorry.
like 2 hours, man.
But Slasher's there, and Slasher and it was all about toys. So it's from throwback toys to current toys. But
See,
we went back in time a little bit. But yeah, it was fun.
you can
Oh,
listen
God.
to a Mad Squirrel talk about toys.
And I did.
Use your-
I did sit down with Ancient One this week, so I'm going through it right now. Still Ancient One. I'm cleaning everything up and getting all this stuff because we had some technical difficulties. But we had a really great conversation about MMORPG games and so on. So I'm hoping. I really want to get it up and going. Hopefully post it this weekend. That's my goal. And I'll be sitting also down with Miss Mora. We're going to be talking about some other stuff. It's not just all gaming and stuff. It's actually a lot of other different topics. So I'll be sitting down with her, and I also have Curtis and a couple other people. I'm trying to get people scheduled in so it'll match into like when I get on late nights. My sleep schedule's all effed up right now. But thank you very much for that plug. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's all that needs to be said. Now we'll allow Mad Squirrel to interject into whatever she wanted to say.
There was something that actually broke when you guys had been on the air, and I know that Zod was working, so it was like trying to, check news. Well, all the stories you had them ahead of time. So, but this one came out when the show was on the air, and I think we're about to go on, and I did want to share it because I
Go
was like,
ahead.
oh, sad. Just because we are, on the topic of loss a little bit, but it's hopefully not to make everyone sad, but it's more or less just to inform. Gordon Bresick, Emmy winning Pinky and the Brain writer. He also worked on Animaniacs. He died at 68, and his son is on Twitter, and he follows me, and I had retweeted this, and not I forgot that he followed me. I had followed him a while ago. He's also a writer and does other productions, but his dad's credits are Gordon Bressick's credits are Tiny Toon Adventures, The Smurfs, and Darkwing Duck. Gordon Bressick, the Emmy-winning writer known for such animated hits as Pinky and the Brain and Animaniacs, has died. He was 68. Bressick died Friday in Los Angeles after a long health battle. His son, filmmaker James Cullen Bressick, told The Hollywood Reporter, "Thank you for telling me I was going to be a filmmaker before I even knew what that meant." The younger Bressick wrote on Instagram, "You mean the world to me, and you always have, and you always will." Bressick worked on some of the most influential cartoons of the 1990s. He was nominated for 5 Daytime Emmys and won 3 that he shared with his colleagues. Outstanding Achievement in Animation for Animaniacs in 1996. Outstanding Special Class Animated Program for Pinky and the Brain in 99. An Outstanding Children's Animated Program for Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain in 2000. In 98, he became the first recipient of the Writers Guild's Animation Writers Caucus Animation Award. His credits also include Tiny Toon Adventures, The Smurfs, Mighty Max, Darkwing Duck, Bionic 6, and his own creation, Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys. So Bressick was a New York native who came up in the theater. In his later years, he exercised his love of the stage by writing and directing plays in Los Angeles. In addition to his son, with whom he shared his most recent animation credit on their 2017 feature-length film Cargo, Bressick is survived by his daughters Jackie and Samantha, his grandchild Logan, and siblings Margie, Celia, and Roger. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I was very sad to hear about his loss, and it's always painful once again losing a parent. I know that Valerie Harper also passed away today too, but um, this is one of those things that we did kind of grow up more so with, I guess, because I mean everyone knows Rhoda and stuff. That Valerie Harper from those types of shows, she was a familiar name, but with Bressick, he had a lot of writing credentials and background that a lot of people in the audience, including ourselves, were familiar with a lot of these things because we grew up with them. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story because it did break earlier this evening around 6. Looks like 6 Pacific. I don't know if that's PDT is Pacific time. Whatever. About 5 hours, 6 hours ago. So anyway, that was it on that.
Yeah, and I had that topic in mind, but I kind of didn't put it in there. I'm glad you actually brought it up. I didn't know I was going to take a detour into that kind of territory, and with all of the, every everyone seems to be passing on and all of these things. I think the thing with the older celebrities passing on and these great writers and things like that. I do not lie, PB, and if you're gonna say stuff, come in the chat. Or not the chat. On, man, on.
I wouldn't say you lie, but you don't always tell the truth.
Fair enough, I'm a villain. It's like a Lucifer thing. I mix truth with lies.
You got that right, Trump supporter.
Oh my.
But I mean, with all of these great people passing, it kind of leaves a question of, and we talk about this all the time in entertainment. Who do we really have left after these creative minds are gone? Because Hollywood isn't trying to tap the creative people. They're turning to all these weird, wacky people who want to put their own politics and spins on things. I think that's the thing that's hitting people a lot harder with these celebrities passing. It's like, oh man, such and such is gone. This person is gone. This person who wrote this is gone. It's like, what do we have coming down the pipeline for entertainment? And I'll tell you what, this week in movies sucked. I had nothing good that premiered. So, I mean, it's kind of telling to what's going on. What do you think, Ned?
I'm sorry. I was reading chat. What was the question? I apologize.
That's all right.
My ADD kicked in. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, what's over here?
What do you think? Do you think that with these people passing, it really leaves a hole in the creative process?
I think it does to a point, but I think they're, if just, like with the example with Gordon's passing, I mean, his son is stepping, into he was already there. He was, he was a big mentor. And I think a lot of these individuals, let's say, who are creative in their fields, they are mentoring whether that be their own kids or somebody else, others in that field that are creative minds that are being given these opportunities. It's kind of that, what do you call it, handing off of the torch part that you can only hope goes well. And it's not always worked so much in the past, but we do have a lot of people in the industry also too that won't let go of the steering wheel. And the only time that they do is upon their passing. And so it's nice to see that there's, no matter who they are, that they are mentoring younger, whether that's actors or writers or filmmakers, to come into the place, because your job as an adult or as a parent generally is to, your role in this world is to be able to, you want your kids to live in this world without you. You want them to keep progressing and moving forward. And in my opinion, it's the ones that hold you back or say, well, you can't drive because I'm still here. That's a lack of maturity, and it hurts the industry and it hurts creativity. And that's why we've seen so much pain with some of these passings, because they don't have anybody to replace those individuals, because they wouldn't allow it. It's like, I think that I feel the whole, and I see, how it can hurt other people. But in the end, there should be creative minds to take the place of that. That's the whole change, the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. So I always feel the loss. It's like when we lost Robin Williams, it was absolutely terrible. But at the same time, there are others there, that can step up and pay homage to these individuals, or at least that had been mentored to step forward. And it's harder and harder in Hollywood. You don't see that as much. They keep throwing these people at us. We're like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who is this person? Why is this somebody being thrown in this role? I've never heard of them, but much less they have no accreditation. Not saying anything roundhead, but things like that. When they don't really have any real accreditation or experience under their wing, they're just being thrown out there because they suck the right dick. I would prefer to see people who actually earned their way to get there. That's my opinion.
So, with that, all that said, are you saying that you're going to start sharing the nuts with the little squirrels?
Well, it depends. They have to earn my trust. I swear to God, they keep stealing my snacks. It's not going to happen. I'm like, listen, you can't steal my snacks. I'll give you snacks if you earn it. I mean, like, you do the dishes and you take the trash out. This tree ain't got to clean itself, man.
Oh, the passing of the torch. Hilarious.
Or in this instant, the passing of the nuts.
LB capitalized on that. I should have been on top of it. Damn it. You hate to see a good one go. Yeah, but it's been a depressing kind of thing. But I want to get on to a happier subject, or maybe not happier, because I like this show and I don't know what these freaking idiots are talking about. But we're going to talk about Friends.
Hopefully not a TV show, because I've never seen one episode.
Yep,
Oh
the TV show.
Well,
wow, you've never seen one episode of Friends?
Oh my
correct.
God, really? Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. Do you see all those white people on the screen? Like, do you see what they're Do you see what they're doing? Does this look like a show I'd watch?
That's true. But still,
LB, they'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour.
to be fair, I mean, you Beverly Hills.
Hey! No, it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing, okay?
Whoa! Things are getting crazy.
Oh my! But no, I'm just saying. Oh, hey, PB's in there. Can you let him in, sir? And I don't know.
I'm debating on that because he's been saucy all night.
Oh.
Did you say that you wanted to jump on Mad Squirrel's nuts?
Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
see what I mean?
Zod, read Mad Squirrel's message in the chat.
Oh, he did. I think he responded to
me. I did. I replied.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what that word meant.
Sure. It's French. It's like sauvage.
Slasher, welcome.
Hi, Slasher.
Oh, it's a white circle.
Hello
Oh,
there.
what am I supposed to do about that?
I don't know. Are you on
was
a
I
phone?
supposed to do something? Yeah.
Oh, is it different on the
Okay.
phones?
Maybe.
Mhm.
Okay, you see
Yeah.
the blue rectangle that says you're in the show?
Mm-hmm.
You see the rectangle
Yep.
just to the left of that?
No, the whole middle of it is a rectangle.
Oh,
Oh.
dun dun dun.
No, there should be a separate rectangle.
I'm in the
just to left
ghetto,
of-
man. I'm in the ghetto. I live the ghetto
Oh,
life.
jeez.
Ghetto.
Oh, so
Oh.
you're by Fatal J.
Wait. He's in. Wait.
Where does
There's
Fatal J?
another dude in the Bronx. Another dude in the Bronx around here. In these
I
parts.
thought he was from New York.
Is Fatal
Is he
from?
not from New York?
I don't know where he's from.
LB, do you know where he's from?
LB. Uh
Is
oh.
someone
He's muted
laughing
at the
at?
moment.
Where'd he go?
LB
LB.
has disappeared.
He's in the
Yeah, I
Phantom
thought if you
Zone.
were looking at it on your phone that there was a box.
All
to
right,
the,
man. Wait.
left
Let me
of
change this
the,
shit up. Hold on. Let me change this shit up. Let me see what I can do.
No.
What the
Are you
hell
in
can I do?
desktop mode?
God. I'm on my phone.
I know you're on your phone. So am I.
Oh man, wait.
That's why I'm the one trying to guide you.
Oh,
What
okay.
the fuck am I
Matt's-
supposed to do?
Matt says
Wait.
that Fatal's in Texas. Okay.
No, now
Nope,
it's
now you turn the
video.
camera on.
Yeah, now it's my fucking dingy ass ceiling. Fuck, man.
That wasn't the no, not that box.
I'm just gonna stay a white circle. Fuck this shit.
You stay,
Everyone
you stay
knows
white.
I'm a
Stay
fucking.
white.
I'm a
It's close.
fucking.
You know what?
I'm
It's
an action
close enough.
figure. Everyone
It's
knows what.
close enough.
Everyone knows. I'm an action figure. There you go.
It's
Okay,
it's
s-
close
picture
enough
an
to your
action
actual
figure.
symbol, anyways.
So
Yeah,
basic,
pretty much.
So
Yeah,
basically,
pretty
you're
much.
a white supremacist.
Yes.
Why? Yeah. Okay. Living in the
He's a
Bronx.
white sir.
Living in the Bronx. Yeah. That's a pretty. That's like talk about where you don't want to be if you're gonna be something.
It's not true.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
talk about
that
Central
could be a
Perk.
comedy. White supremacists in the Bronx.
Because I thought you said you were starting a new topic, and I was like, ooh, I got here just in time for Star Wars.
I will kill you, PB.
I
Let's have
didn't.
Star
Your
Wars.
soul
Hey,
out of your avatar.
What's up,
I did-
LB?
I didn't say supremacist. I say supremacist.
Yeah, that's what I said, sir. He's a white sir.
He's a sir. Oh man.
Oh,
I said, sir. I did not say supremacist.
I'm
That's
talking
ridiculous.
I'm talking about Zod.
He's an action. No, Zod's a ridiculous villain.
Really quick. Holy shit. Really quick from chat, Mega Jetty One asked, on the topic of changes in entertainment, they're prepping to remake I Know What You Did Last Summer in a TV series. Thoughts on this?
if they did it like Scream, I like it.
I don't
Is there
care.
gonna be a giant fish hook?
There's got to be a giant fish hook. If not, then the show's a failure.
Or meat hook, or whatever the fuck you call that thing. I call it a fish hook.
Fish hook.
Dolphin hook.
Oh
Whatever
my.
the fuck that was.
Yeah.
No,
The
I
seal
haven't even
hook.
heard about that though, about the TV show. I didn't even know.
I had no clue.
I don't know
So
how
we're
I feel
talking about
about
Star Wars?
it. Yeah.
PB, I swear to Christ, tonight's the night I fucking murder someone.
Episode 9.
When I got the invite, it went from Friends to Star Wars before I was able to come on here. How the fuck did it go from Friends to Star Wars?
No, it
This
didn't.
ridiculous bastard is trying to turn it into Star Wars.
No, it was. I heard Friends conversation. I was like, what? You were talking about Friends?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're our friend.
And I'll be there for you.
I'm your.
Oh my god.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Can you hear the clap?
So I wanted to bring this up because some ridiculous person wrote this article, and it starts with Friends hasn't aged well. Of course, it's girl who doesn't even like it by her name. I'm not even.
How old does she look? Zoom in.
Oh God.
Let's see.
So before we begin this, I'm going to take a wild guess on why she's going to say it hasn't aged well. Because there's no diversity, there are homophobic slurs in the TV show, and
and Bruce Willis,
toxicity, sexism.
Yep. The only black person on the show was Aisha Tyler in like season 6 or 7 of that shit.
And she's married to a white man.
Oh, I forgot.
Scandals.
Wasn't it way late in that show before they brought her in there?
Yeah.
Matt's Mama Bear says needs more Bruce Willis. Everyone would be great if he had been a regular character on that show.
He should have been, because he was great in that season.
Yeah.
They went for broke towards the end, and I was never with the whole Ross thing. God.
I wish they would have had more Adam Goldberg on that, because his character was that guy could have been a comedy gold if they kept him on.
So BuzzFeed News says Friends hasn't aged well. Let's see.
BuzzFeed.
Yep. You know, I love when these guys make their articles.
Okay, you better read every single word.
Tonight's gonna be the night. Tonight's gonna be the fucking night. I'm starting to realize.
Oh my God! It got really dark. You actually hear clouds coming in.
Hey, PB, you got a question for me?
What?
Wait, what? I gotta say
what?
What?
I have a question for you.
Oh,
when?
It's not. I don't know.
Where does it say I said that?
Oh no, I had earlier when you were asking where Fatal J was from, and then Mads said he was in Texas.
Oh.
And I told LB in a DM really quick. I'm like, hey, PB has a question.
Hey, you know, what does Fatal J think about Friends?
Oh God.
I don't know. Read this article, you putz.
God.
So this Fatal J guy is near me?
No, he's in Texas. He's in.
I got
the joke. People say that he was in the Bronx.
I thought he was.
Oh God.
I'm starting to realize that in internet years, I'm very old. But instead of feeling irrelevant because of my ignorance of current memes or the fact that increasingly all my tweets are about how much I hate air travel, I feel compelled to share my hard-earned
wisdom. That doesn't sound like fucking Zod.
Oh my.
The way I get from my youth, the more I want to warning the younger F this. Those Gen Zods in their pucker.
Oh God.
Shill. Next. Oh, PTSD. Next. And crunchies and Vans. That what they love is actually, I'm not even gonna try that. Garbage. I never knew I'd be repeating.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Sentences of my Gen X brother used to say to me, fuck. When you're older, you don't understand that I'm right. God damn it.
Oh my God.
I see what you did there, LB.
It triggered him. That's
amazing.
Oh, it was so much. It was so comforting.
Okay? God damn it.
Okay.
And yet, here I am, telling my niece that no, I will not be watching Friends with her. Friends, my darling, is terrible. Fucking ridiculous. This September will mark the 25th anniversary of the premiere of Friends. And like most significant pop culture anniversaries, it's set off an outpouring of collective nostalgia. Pop-up events, public screenings, and merchandise are all materializing for die-hard fans because everyone
Get
could
it? Die
use
Hard
a bracelet.
fans, get it?
Oh, yeah.
Friends
Use a
merchandise.
Yeah. It's about the
What, like
merchandising. It's all about the
Friends-
merchandising.
Like what? Like video games?
No, like
Action
Oh,
figures?
God. What would that game look like?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I fixed it. I'm a tree. I fixed it. I'm a tree. I'm not a white circle anymore.
Bracelets with a cat call written on it. People are debating whether Friends or Seinfeld is better. Not to spoil my own article, but it's Seinfeld, and this should be obvious. Marine biologists who probably spent years in school and hundreds of thousands of dollars on their education are out here informing us that actually lobsters don't mate for life. Contrary to what Phoebe, a fictional character in a bad television show whose entire personality trait is being flighty, said at some point in the late 90s. We have also recently learned that the monkey actor who played Ross's pet, an actual plot line from the show about people living in New York where half the landlords won't even let you have a well-behaved dog, is still working, which is, I guess, good for the monkey. The content never ends, and yet somehow people never seem to lose their appetite for more. It was recently reported that Robert De Niro is suing a former employee for, in part, watching 0.55 episodes of Friends in 4 days. What? What are you doing, Robert? Why
He
is this
just said
supposed-
watching in point instead of in part, but yeah, LB, he don't read like
Wow. I don't. Fuck you. I don't want to be dramatic, but if I read one more headline that says, could we be any more excited about some Friends-related news, I will throw myself into the nearest active volcano. Jesus Christ. No one, least of all me, should be judgmental about other people's taste in television programming. Currently, my favorite show is YouTube clips of a British series called Just Tattoo of Us.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They don't even watch the fucking show, they just watch clips of a show?
So
My
you should take
favorite
their
show
word for it,
is
man.
watching clips of a show.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
I saw the preview of that movie. It sucked.
Where
I saw the trailer for episode 5. It was horrendous.
Fuck that shit.
Yep. Fucking trash.
friends
Garbage.
of partners design deeply humiliating tattoos that will be permanently applied to each other's bodies without
What
their
the
prior
fuck?
approval. You're watching this show over Friends? Prior approval over
No clips.
design-
Clips of it.
I'm
No,
sorry.
just
They're watching
clips.
clips. It's different.
Not even the whole show.
They probably just want to see where they're mad about getting this tattoo they didn't want. Which, by the way, is probably not really legal that they're doing that. Just-
Sure it is. You signed a contract.
Friends is a show about white people being thin and
Yep,
having.
there it is. There it is, LB. There's point number 1. White people.
Being-
Wow,
being
this
thin-
is shocking.
Wait. So it's about them being thin and happy? Is that what you were saying? What? What? That's all it's about. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
And a show that I, at one time, watched and enjoyed is absolute garbage. Friends premiered in 1994 when I was 3 years old. The final was a decade later. My most formative years were spent
Finale.
watching Friends. My classmates and I acted out scenes at school. I wanted to be Rachel, but I settled for a Monica.
Hey, before you I'm gonna give you a reading break before you continue. It's funny that they talk about the show, like how it during her formative years in the school and how they acted out. I promise you, I never heard of this show until like later on in my life. Like this show was not talked about in my school. I mean, I went to a black school. There might be 10 white people in the whole thing. Like Friends never existed in my school.
Ah, so it is a white thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not going to 100% say that because people heard of Seinfeld, but yeah, Friends was like uber white. Sorry.
Well, how about this? How about maybe it wasn't a white thing, but it wasn't a black thing. Like
Well,
you've seen or heard of the show Moesha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is also when these shows are big, this is when there was a total of 10 channels, if anyone didn't have cable.
What channel did Friends come on, and what day did it come on?
26 NBC.
Okay, and what day?
Oh man, it started
It was I don't know if it was the follow. It was 94, but it was either the follow-up or after of Seinfeld. I can't remember. That's why I got
day.
Thursday. Thursdays.
Oh yeah, it was on Thursday for
Seinfeld Day was Thursday.
So Thursdays. Yeah, I think Martin came on Thursdays, like Living Single and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Martin's a good show.
Yeah.
The final was a decade later.
Hey,
finale.
Lee?
Fucking
yes.
Oh, sorry. God, my bad. Oh, whatever. Perp. Perp is in the waiting room. He said, "Let me in."
Oh.
Zod, let me in.
I'm the one that
There's Ghost. He's back from his feud with Tommy.
What's up, Perp? How you doing?
Good.
Man, come on, bro. Sound a little bit more enthusiastic for Slasher.
What up? What's up with it? I'm just.
It's 4:45.
He lives down the road from you.
Oh wow, it is 4:45.
Perp lives near me. You live near me.
No, he lives in that.
I'm in Jersey.
Jersey.
Oh, but he's on my same timeline.
Yeah, that's very close, man.
Eastern.
Like I live in northern Wisconsin. That is not close.
I know.
You're technically Canadian, PB.
Well,
yeah.
We don't claim to be Canadian here, eh?
Okay, so.
What are we reading?
Back from your reading break. Continue, please.
We're reading about Friends. Though I tell other people I was a Phoebe, when in reality I was a Ross. Okay. My brother was ahead of the curve in knowing this show was unwatchable, used to fight with me when I insisted on watching reruns I had just seen the week before. I hope he never reads this. I will never live it down. In 2004, when my parents banned me from watching television after I was smart enough to prank call a teacher but dumb enough to leave my phone number on his voicemail, I wrote a letter begging them to let me watch the final. Rachel got off the plane.
Finale.
I was glad, but I was also a virgin and didn't understand that surely Rachel could find other dicks somewhere in Paris. What?
Pause. Go back up to that paragraph. I need you to go back up to that paragraph.
Hold on. Let me interject. So I had to do research to double check. So this is another reason why black people didn't watch Friends. Like I said, Martin and Living Single came on
right
at that time slot.
And that's all Friends
Okay.
is. It's a ripoff of
Oh, Martin was done. Martin wasn't even still on by the time Friends was on, was it?
bro.
Yes,
They're
it
still
was.
playing Martin right now. What are you talking about?
He did the
Martin,
research.
No, I mean
Slasher.
I'm talking about when it was like
Yeah, they
running,
was
not
playing
when it was
Martin a
a
lot.
repeat.
Martin came on from 92 to 97.
Martin lasted till 97.
Best
Oh
best
shit! I
sitcom
didn't
in
even
the
realize that.
'90s. Period.
I
No
didn't even
question.
realize Martin lasted till 97.
Yeah, living single came on at what? And then like by the time those finished, I think the WB had like the black shows. So yeah, bro, black people ain't
Yeah, the
watch no
Jamie
Friends, bro.
Foxx show.
Yeah, the only black people that watch Friends are the black people that had the white friends. They didn't
I'm
hang out with
also
black
True.
people.
I'm also going by when there was 10 channels.
That's true. Yeah, like
It's like Sunny and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't watch that shit, but a lot of people out
Living
here
And then
watch it.
Single was
then
on
like
from
You're
93
missing
to
out.
98.
yeah. So then, but then like later on after that, when wrestling was like the most popular, SmackDown came on Thursdays. So yeah.
Hell yeah, it did.
And you
So
had
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z coming out that time. Come on, man.
Come on, bruh. Now you messing the argument up now, bruh. Come on now, bruh.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Zod, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You see that word right in front of Rachel?
Yes.
If you take the E off of it, what's the word?
Right in front of Rachel is could.
Oh, the other Rachel, my bad. In front of it, in front of it. No, in front of it. That's after it.
Okay.
Right there. Take the E off. What's that word?
Final.
Okay, now add the E. What's that word?
Oh my God. Fuck you.
No, it is not fuck you. The word is
Fuck
not fuck you. It's finale.
Whatever.
You're driving Mama Bear crazy.
I call it a final.
And you're calling it wrong.
Whatever. There's been some ongoing online discussion about the strange.
Discoherent.
Dissonance.
Distance. I'm blind.
Dissonance.
Friends nostalgia and the reality of the show's poor quality. But still, overwhelmingly, audiences seem fine pretending that Friends was any good at all, likely contributing to this wrong conclusion. is
God,
how-
this article is still going on.
yeah, it's pretty long.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it's a
Okay,
long article.
okay.
Wow.
Read faster
Whoa.
and better.
Better. Better.
You were supposed to call me out on the second word, you bastard. Damn it.
You know, whatever. I'm done. I'm done. No,
Wait a second.
Fuck off.
Wait a second. You're gonna tell me that you're gonna totally just give up and quit right now. But what Al B did earlier wasn't imitating you to a T?
I'm done. You fuckers talk about it.
Can you see the expression on Bill's face right now?
Oh man. Oh man. Oh no, you're killing me, Zod. Oh man. Oh shit. So what's the point of the article? Why is Friends trash?
White people.
You never got to the point of why she said it was trash.
White
Pretty
people.
much.
SJW reasons. Go.
Because of
What do you mean
it was
SJW
about
reasons go?
it was about white people trying to be thin and happy. That's basically what the fucking problem was, I guess, with that article.
They were showing you the future.
Yeah. When, we don't have to deal with any of the coloreds.
Man, I was muted. I said, "God damn it!"
Oh shit.
No, I just said, I was sorry. My reaction was, "Oh, God damn it, PB."
Oh
Oh shit! didn't realize I had muted myself for a minute there. My bad.
Well, I'm counting the tan people.
Oh my god. Jesus.
No, like the white
Well,
people who
well-
are tan.
Well, gingers have no color.
So, like, if you
Oh.
can go out and get a tan, or if you can go out and get yourself a quality sunburn, then you're a colored.
A quality sunburn.
A quality sunburn. I want no half-ass sunburn. Be like, yeah, I'm sunburned on my front. I'll be like, what about your back, motherfucker?
You pass out on the beach and you wake up looking like a lobster.
Whoa,
Exactly.
hold on a second.
You got to be lobster on both sides.
Grim Monolith.
Grim Monolith.
I don't know
Quite a
where
name.
this crap on Zod stuff is getting anyone.
I don't
Who's
know
that?
what. Wait, what?
Hablo. I don't know.
What?
Dark
That's-
Titan. Hold up.
That's yeah. I don't know where this crap on Zod stuff is getting anyone. Not sure.
Oh, I get it now. I don't know where this crap on Zod stuff is getting anyone.
Okay.
Gotcha. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
I agree, Grim. You're a good man. You're a good man. You know what?
Thanks for sticking up for me. I just needed to needed somebody else to tell me that you were sticking up for me.
Fuckers.
Dude, Friends is not trash. It'll never be trash. And
What's
it's
so good about
exactly
it?
what Slasher said it is. It's about white people trying to be skinny and be happy. That's it.
Yeah, it's humor.
It-
90s humor. Get over it.
Nah,
It's Seinfeld with 2 extra people.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's 2 apartments full of Seinfeld across the hall from
Exactly.
each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not as good a show.
mayonnaise humor.
I mean,
How dare you, sir?
that's a white person joke, right?
It's all right. Sometimes you can't face the truth. We've culturally
I
appropriated.
mean, does mayonnaise humor spoil?
You know, like I don't have a problem with Friends having all white people. I think,
Old girls and stuff.
I mean, there's plenty of black shows that have nothing but black people. Like these buffoons need to realize, look, all black people don't hang with all black people. All white people don't hang with all white people. There are white people that hang with nothing but white people. There are black people that hang with nothing but black people. It's okay to make TV shows and movies like that. It's not a problem. Like we all aren't integrated and all mixed together like these idiots like to believe.
Back in the 6-channel days, when
Now
When
we're
most of the
back,
channels-
further
when-
back. We just
when
lost
mo-
4
when
channels.
most of them were flipping through snows. Yeah, no, you used to have the fucking dial and shit. Come on. Oh, you grew up with nothing but cable. Okay.
I remember the dial.
Oh, I remember the dial.
I remember the dial. I
And
remember
there
having
was,
2
like-
dials when only the
and-
top dial went up to 13.
And what was the most channels you would get? It was like
Maybe 4.
8. Yeah. I would watch Good Times. I'm a little white kid. I'm a little white kid, and I'm watching Good Times. And I like
Right.
that show.
Which is fire.
Well,
Right.
I can't say I
Hilarious.
remember seeing a single white person on Good Times, but I still watch the fucking
Right.
show. I didn't give a shit.
Right, man.
As long as this show entertained me, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it boils down to. It's the show or movie entertaining. This
But
whole.
that's only
is there-
because you were a self-hating white child.
Then why would I watch?
Oh wait, no, I
fucking,
take it back. You
why
weren't.
would I
You're a
watch?
tree.
Why would I?
You're a tree.
Why would
you
I
couldn't
watch?
help what you
Yeah, I am a
watched.
tree.
You're just
Yeah, I am
looking
a
in
tree.
the windows.
I'm a tree right now. Right now,
Yeah,
I could
man.
be a tree.
I mean, that's all that it boils down to. These buffoons out there keep trying to make everything divisive and all this other stuff. Like, look, man, make a show that entertains me, okay?
I could
Right.
watch the facts of life. All right. I
Right.
could watch the facts of life. I wasn't a girl who went to a prep school. I didn't give a
Right.
shit about that shit. As long as,
Like
what the hell was in front of me?
Company.
Like I watched
Exactly.
Beverly Hills. I
Three's
watched Beverly
Company.
Hills 90210. I never watched the show wondering why none of the lead cast are black or that foolishness. Like I didn't watch
Oh,
Seinfeld.
that's
Look,
because
hey,
you're not an
hey,
idiot,
hey.
LB.
Yeah, I'm
There's
just saying.
no rich people that are black in Southern California.
Right. Like I didn't watch Seinfeld because it wasn't interesting for me. Like I'm not watching shows. I mean, I'm black, so if I see a black show that looks interesting, I'm gonna watch it because I'm black. It's gonna gravitate me towards that. But I'm not watching every black show because it's black people on it, like that stupid Fox show Rail. Like I'm not watching that garbage.
Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't watch
That's a
Rail.
hard
What? What show is
You
this?
didn't watch Rail?
No, man.
Rail?
ripoff.
Rail. REL. It had Sinbad.
Man, no, bro. I ain't no.
Oh,
That
I
guy
didn't
is not
hear.
funny.
Wait,
He-
Sinbad
he's
is still
he's from
around.
Kevin Hart's camp.
Sinbad was his dad.
Sinbad still exists.
He still exists.
Yeah, he's
Well,
still doing things, I think.
Matt's
What's up, Squirrel?
Matt's made a good point. She said back then, if a show wanted to be controversial, they discussed interracial dating. Even Fresh Prince did it. That's so true. They're like, oh, look at the controversy there. Oh, white and black couples. Oh.
That's true.
Mhm.
Oh no!
Mhm.
Hey, it's still controversial. We need more black love out there.
What do you mean?
Just then, Ghost appeared.
Nobody wants to do it when you're using pictures like that. Look at that picture that just popped in here. Ain't nobody want to love that.
That's a real moment there in Power.
That's not a real moment. That's a real nasty moment.
It's a
He
spoiler.
looks like
but
he's real
you can't really see
constipated.
it.
He's constipated.
That was a great moment.
He's pushing
Shit was
real hard.
hilarious.
He's about to pop that hemorrhoid.
TV
I don't
too.
know. I assume that being that you grew up in New York, you absolutely love Friends, General Zod.
I'll be
He
there
likes
for
Dawson's
you
Creek.
when the rain starts to pour.
Zod, where in New York?
Me
Where in
too.
New York you grew up?
A Story of Queens.
Oh, okay. Just a few train
The
rides away.
shitty part.
Well,
Wow.
it's a story of Queens, so yes,
Yeah,
it's the
the
shitty part.
shitty part.
So are
It's
you a
the
Mets
part from
fan,
King of
Zod?
Queens.
Zod, are you
That's
a
what-
Mets fan?
That's where Archie Bunker's from.
Of course he's a freaking Mets fan, like a weirdo.
No, I like the Yankees.
He doesn't even know what baseball is, LB.
Oh, okay.
He's Kryptonian.
Yeah, that makes sense for being from Queens, like the Yankees. That's just weird.
Well, I'm
No Ryan, Andy Pennant.
I'm in the Bronx. And I know a lot of Met fans who grew up here in the Bronx, so it is weird here being a sports fan in New York because
I mean, why do they want to get beaten? Well, I don't
Well,
understand. Like, you're growing up as a kid and you're like, hey, are you a Yankees fan? You're like, no, I'm a Mets fan. And then you go home and you got to put peas on your face.
well, also in the '80s, the Mets won a World Series, so
Yeah. The Yankees,
Oh.
the Yankees
people-
sucked in the '80s until
Yeah.
the '90s. Yeah.
Do people
Yeah.
still watch baseball?
Yeah.
a lot
I-
more
a-
than
a
they
team-
watch anime, unfortunately.
A,
I mean,
a baseball team.
typically.
Hey, Perp. For those that don't watch baseball, a team just sold for $1 billion this week. Yeah, nobody watches baseball.
And what team was that?
Beats me.
The Kansas City Royals.
And look at that. And that's a shit team
Wow.
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
they
Nobody
won a
gives a
World
fuck
Series
about
a
that
few years
team.
ago. They won
It's
a
not
World
like
Series.
it's the
a few years-
Dodgers.
Don't
They
don't
still
worry
won a
about
World
don't
Series a few years ago.
don't worry about Perp. He's being black right now. People still watch that.
He's being like some
Hey,
kind
man,
of black
baseball fun as fuck.
Japanese fan.
Baseball,
He's like, watch anime.
Perp the type that like a rapper could sell 1 million records. People still listen to that rapper?
Right. Like Eminem, like people still listen to Eminem. Like, why?
No, I
Perp,
only
Perp,
eat
I
M&Ms.
feel the same way.
Like, why?
Perp, I feel the same way. So
The same
I-
reason you
I guess I have the same view somehow. 'Cause Fuck Eminem. Anyway.
Damn, man. Sorry for the real Slim Shady.
So
Oh
Zod,
my
what's the
God.
next topic?
Star Wars?
The next topic is
Star Wars.
fuck yourself.
Star Wars. Yeah,
Well, wait,
we're talking
all right.
Star Wars.
All right. PB and
Episode
Zod.
9.
Hey,
PB
Slasher. I hate. Let me just let you know something. When the sheriff says next topic or leader Zod, it means next topic Zod, not. Hey, let me start speaking about something else. Okay. Just letting you know, this is your first time you've been on here, I think. So just, but I'll let you slide.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
It's my first
ahead,
time
Mr.
I've been on here.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Slash. I'll let you slide this one time.
Slide to the left.
No,
The
he's been on here a
wrestling.
couple times.
Whoever here likes wrestling, which is I know is Zod and PB.
I like
I
wrestling.
like wrestling.
That
Oh.
tomorrow's supposed to be All Out, the AEW thing.
Oh.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this,
Oh
is
my.
this one supposed to be free?
No.
Of
No.
course.
Oh. So they're actually going to try and make money off of this one.
They want to make their money.
Well, I think this is going to be the last thing they're doing before they do the TNT show.
Okay. I like this next topic. That's a good
Wait,
next
this topic or the one that Zod went
I
into
don't
the
know.
window?
Whatever you brought up is probably better than what he brought up. It's probably not Star Wars.
I was just asking you two because I knew you two are wrestling fans.
I'm a wrestling fan, but I ain't
And
watching
Squirrel's a
AEW.
moderate wrestling fan.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
moderate.
not watching AEW?
No,
You
I'm
don't-
a,
Not yet.
w-
you
I'm a
won't give it a chance?
WWE guy.
I'll sit down and eventually watch this. I know I will. It's just a
WWE.
question.
LB, how many WWE guys would have to be in AEW for you
It
to watch
Yeah,
doesn't. It
it?
see, that's
doesn't
the other
matter.
thing.
Look,
It
the
shouldn't.
only
It shouldn't matter to anyone
Okay.
who wants to actually
Wrestling
just
is
like
big.
wrestling in general.
Look, if CM Punk shows up in AEW, I will watch. Other than
fuck.
that,
Oh,
nothing.
Facts.
Yeah, CM Punk was the
interesting.
last,
So
like-
you're a CM Punk guy.
Forever.
I
Wouldn't
did
be
not
a
see
CM
that
Punk
coming,
CM
but it does
Punk-
not surprise
not.
me.
CM
'Cause
Punk
you're
is my
straight
second
edge.
favorite wrestler. I'm
I'm
straight.
not.
That's it.
Next to
And
John
number
Cena.
one is because I'm drawing a blank and I feel
Bret
I feel
Hart.
bad. Ah,
Bret Hart number one. But yeah, other than that, like I've always been a WWE guy. I don't watch that New Japan stuff. I didn't watch TNA. I watched it to laugh at TNA. WCW I only watched because Bret Hart went there. Other than that,
well,
WWE.
that was the only time to watch WCW was once Bret Hart went there.
Like I
That was
don't.
when
Are
he
you
had his
kidding
peak.
me?
Bill
I
Goldberg.
don't like indie wrestling. I don't like. I'm WWE forever. Like WWE's trash
Guy,
right now, so I'm not watching.
Goldberg was at his peak when Bret Hart went there. Don't be a putzod.
Goldberg was at his peak before Bret Hart went there. What are you talking about?
Motherfucker.
Fake news.
No.
Goldberg premiered before the shift between
ECW
Bret Hart
all day.
going there and all of them.
Goldberg wasn't at his peak when he premiered, motherfucker.
Goldberg was always at his peak. You're crazy.
Some comments from chat. Mads Mama Bear
My
said she
God.
goes, I followed Kevin Nash anywhere he went. He's not wrestling. I'm not interested. And
He
then-
looks like Miley Cyrus is dead.
Mhm. And Tommy's comment on that was Kevin Nash went SGW. And then
Oh, yeah. He
And then,
100% is. Yeah.
Tommy said that the Ring of Honor was the shit when it was on TV. And then Trey
Yeah.
Courtney.
See, that's the other thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
Ring of Honor was good.
And one
Ring
more.
of Honor brought a lot of the WWE guys that are there now. So
Trey Courtney says, I only watch Attitude Era clips nowadays. So that's where he's at.
Yeah, I agree.
Ah.
Attitude Era was the best era. This new stuff isn't there.
Oh, you're one of those guys. I only watching the Attitude Era.
don't know.
I still watch
like
wrestling.
so-
Like
I like so many. I like so many eras. Even the
the
friggin'
Attitude Era is the best era, but it's not the
Right.
only
I
era
wouldn't even
that I
say it's the
watch.
best. I
I
wouldn't even
just
say it's the
watched the
best.
stuff that was on last week.
Nah, that shit trash.
Tommy says they set up for Goldbergy putts. He had no skills. Zod, look into it.
Oh, Tommy, you and me are gonna be fighting, buddy. Nah, don't you be attack fucking Goldberg. I know he doesn't got
Zod doesn't know
stamina, but the
wrestling.
man's still a beast.
He was
Oh.
good for what he was.
Matt's
Oh no,
mama's
the good
Matt's,
for what he was.
Matt's mama
No,
bear says,
he was a guy who ran through people. You know.
Oh, okay. That
Matt
was a way
says,
better answer.
I don't care what he talks about. I just want to hide in his pocket. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, my.
okay.
Slasher.
Yep.
So, did you watch the AEW, the last one that was in Vegas?
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
are you a fan of watching Alphabet?
Wait.
people?
There was two.
Oh, the
I
one
missed the
that
first. Oh, wait. All right, I missed the first one was
when Dean
All
Ambrose
In.
showed up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
I missed that. I missed that when I saw the last two.
So, are you a fan of the
Oh
of the
no,
Alphabet community wrestling?
that well, that
The what?
the alphabet people.
There's a T in the Alphabet community. The T in that community, there's a wrestler there.
Oh,
That one she looked like, well, whatever.
didn't know they had a tranny wrestler.
It looked like, she was kind of dressed like MVP, the wrestler MVP,
Oh God.
but she was fatter because
Oh God.
MVP isn't fat. But she was like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
didn't, and it wasn't brought to my attention that was a part of the alphabet community until after I saw that.
Holy shit. That's special.
But all right. The other thing I didn't mind about that was Jim Ross wasn't screaming into the microphone. It was like, "Oh, this is the first goddamn transgender wrestler ever." Blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. He
So
wasn't.
they
He
didn't.
wasn't doing that.
So they didn't
Yeah,
bring
they
it to
didn't.
your
They didn't.
attention. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like WWE does a million
Right.
times a day. Oh, this is the first woman to walk to the
Exactly.
ring with
Exactly.
a pinky finger in her pocket.
Exactly. And you would think they would do that with the transgender wrestler, but they
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That works.
But then they had the other fucking asshole, which, oh God, this fucking one who was doing that stupid thing where he's smashing people's faces into his ass. That was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rakishi.
No.
Rikishi.
In AEW, they
Oh,
had
Stay on
this
topic,
really,
Zod.
this really over the top flamboyant gay dude who
Yeah.
does that. Yeah, they
Oh,
had
that
that.
just sounds fabulous.
Yeah, it was extra fabulous. And he came out with the Jaguars cheerleaders and shit.
Oh.
Also,
The guy who owns the company owns the Jaguars. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. So
Yeah.
I'm from chat. Trey Courtney says he also watches the Ruthless Aggression era. Those
Wait,
clips.
what
Ruthless
the fuck
Aggression.
is the difference?
That's when John Cena showed up.
What the?
yeah, when it went
No.
downhill.
yeah,
That's-
it was the Brock Lesnar on
That's-
SmackDown days.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about like throwing cripples down steps.
Oh yeah,
Oh God.
Okay.
beating the
story
shit out of
lines.
people. Literally beating the shit out of people with one leg. Yeah,
The
I love
that
RKO
one-legged guy.
paper.
That was
Remember
one
the
of my
one-legged
favorite-
guy?
No, I love watching Brock Lesnar beat the hell out of Zach Gowen. I love that. That's one of my favorite arcs ever.
Man, Brock
I mean,
Lesnar.
how often are you going to see at some company be like, hey, here's a guy. He is 6'5", 300 and some pounds, and he is going to beat the hell out of this handicapped person. He's going to toss him down the fucking steps. And then he did.
See, I'm probably gonna catch shit for saying this too. You shouldn't put a fucking one-legged guy in the ring. I'm sorry. That shouldn't be acceptable.
All right.
No,
You got your
it
wrestling
shouldn't.
out of your system, buddy.
He'll never have the wrestling out of his system, but you got to power through.
Who, me? Or all right, there's more hate
You
to spout
you
about
Mr.
Star Wars.
Slasher.
Okay.
You Mr. Slasher. I'm
Yeah, that's
asking
what I'm
'cause
saying.
like I said, we're letting you slide tonight.
No, I'm saying is there gonna be more stuff to talk about, like Star Wars
Well,
and shit?
we was getting there, but you wanted to talk about wrestling, so I'm here for you.
No,
I'm
I
helping you.
wanted. I wanted to ask Zod and PB if they were gonna actually check that shit out tomorrow. That's all.
Yeah,
Fuck
nothing
no.
wrong with that. They're not
No.
checking it out. So, Mr.
He
Zod,
said it costs money.
God, man.
so if this is okay with you, Mr. Slasher, we'd like to move on to the next topic.
The Star Wars.
I'm here for the
No.
ride.
Motherfucker.
Episode
Oh.
9.
First from my very last fucking button. It's gonna happen. You won't fucking lose it. Even had to do the droid. And the one that no one likes.
Beep boop.
What a
Oh
prick.
God.
I don't even know.
All right, here we go.
Genetics may make you queer.
Oh, God.
That was an excellent paraphrase.
Oh, did I sum up the entire article? My bad.
Well, my other question too is there a whore gene? Because there's plenty of fucking whores. So like, how many? Just asking.
That's the quote.
Yes.
That's the quote of the night.
Hold
Yes.
on. What? No, I've got to know.
Oh yes.
Hold on.
Sorry, just thought I was thinking about this. I'm like, well, that's are there whore genes? Because there's whore genes. There's got to be whore genes. It's so dumb.
Oh my god!
I thought you was talking about like the clothing genes for a second till I looked up at the article.
Oh my god.
There's probably whore genes, yeah.
Well, here's something for you, squirrel. Just a random side note.
Dude, I'm gonna be having to citate this shit. This is something I'm gonna be able to citate. Let's take a look at it. I'd be like, oh well, I got you, girl. It's fine. I got this article. ABC News. Oh
Thrill seeking
Jesus!
gene may lead to more sex partners.
Article is from what year? What year is this article from?
Oh, let me see. December 6, 2010, they discovered the gene.
Oh my God! It's all fucking proven now. Mhm.
Thrill seeking gene.
Oh my god.
Yeah, next time I cheat on someone, I'll be like, I can't help it.
Hold
I
up.
just fell in.
Did you just say next time you cheat on somebody?
Yes, you did.
Whoa!
All
Explain.
right.
So anyways, John Coleman,
Go
a
back,
few
Joe.
years old from Syracuse University, has been engaged for the last 2 years and cannot fathom having sex with anyone other than his girlfriend. Finds cheating appalling. I don't know how long this is. God.
Too long, probably. It's probably talking about some kid who had. Oh man, it's gonna go from this to like some other extreme where like somebody's fucking like everybody.
No, we gotta he's gotta like read some of it, because if it says like DNA someplace,
Right.
at some point he's gotta run into a word that's gonna sound spectacular.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
DNA.
No.
Oh god, dude.
Oh God, there is it. Those
Yep.
with a certain variant of the
Dopamine.
receptor D4. Oh my God,
Polymorphism.
polymorphism or PRD4 gene were more likely to have a history of uncommitted,
Tourism.
including one-night stands and acts of infidelity, according to
That's
a
what I
lead
just said.
investigator.
That's what I said. Whorism.
Oh my
It's a
god.
thrill-seeking gene, PB. This is a serious thing, okay? People have
Thrill-seeking.
these issues.
Whatever.
How about you seek a thrill by something that is, I don't know, maybe battery operated, so that you don't get a fucking disease.
No, it's the thrill of having to go to the free clinic over and over again.
Oh my
God.
god. It's the only way I can get to see my favorite doctor. Does this look infected to you? Yeah, you're supposed to stop scratching it.
Oddly, it
The
sounds
thrill-seeking gene is also responsible for alcohol and gambling addictions. Look, we're hitting them all. The gene can influence the brain's chemistry and subsequently an individual's behavior. The desire to cheat or sleep around seems to originate in the brain's pleasure and reward center, where the rush of dopamine motivates those
Dopamine? Is there L
motivates
in there?
those who are vulnerable, the researchers say. Fuck you. In a study
Researchers say fuck you.
The reachers say fuck you, and then they literally climb on top of you and fuck you.
right then and there. Science.
That is some hardcore science. Now,
Yeah,
continue to tell me about the dopamine.
Oh, I sent you a message, PB.
Okay.
Oh, there's some wacky shenanigans going down. Garcia instructed 181 student volunteers at SUNY to take an anonymous survey on their previous sexual behavior, asking them questions like how many sex partners they had and if they had been unfaithful. And I'm sure all those answers were truthful. He then
7.
tested their DNA by oral rinsing with a special mouthwash. What?
Buccal?
A Bacal wash and genotyped the
Mouthwash.
BRD4.
Mouthwash. In my mind, that's hilarious. Oh, we're gonna check to see if you're a whore by checking your mouth. That'll work.
Whore mouth. You gotta check if you got a whore mouth.
So, fucking flashing a blue light on her fucking tongue and shit.
They're like the guys are like, come here, let me. No, we gotta check you. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh wow. Let me see. Just gonna go down. Oh my god, this is long. Oh, here's the good. Not all who have gene.
Those are the kind that the whores are looking for. They're always looking for the long ones.
The study also strongly suggests that sex drive and thrill can function independently of love. That might be the case with Emma, a 20-year-old student from the University of Southern Florida who just broken up with her boyfriend after a 2-year monogamous relationship. She wanted to try something different, so she slept with 3 men in 1 month. 2 were encounters with guys she had been friends with, and the other was a fling that transformed into a longer relationship. I'd never done anything like that before, said Emma, who did not want to reveal her last name. It was something so new to me.
Her last name is Watson.
Have you seen Harry Potter?
Indeed.
Yes.
So how you can't pronounce Emma Watson, Zod? Oh, that was PB that answered me.
Oh, he was giving shit to the wrong person, thinking it was
Yeah.
fun.
Sad face.
Oh.
And now that she is in a committed relationship, Emma is certain she won't be unfaithful.
Huh.
Was that perfect?
No, they said they wouldn't give her last name. I was just filling in that it was Watson.
Oh. My bad.
Did I mispronounce it?
Oh God.
No, I thought the article was talking about Emma Watson, and I thought that Zod was skipping over Watson.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, it wasn't.
my god, dude.
Wouldn't surprise
So-
me though.
So
The moral of the story is there's a gene apparently for everything. What do you guys think about the science of cheating, being gay, all this other stuff that they put a gene or something else to? Do you think there's something to
The
it?
science of being gay. The science of
The
being gay.
science
The
of
science.
being.
The science,
What
the science
what the
of
fuck?
being gay. Yes, there's science.
No, there
Genes.
ain't. What?
Is it like
I'm
they like
wearing jean shorts.
some dude in a lab, some dude in a laboratory mixing up gay chemicals? Is that what this is?
Bill Nye. We talking about Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Yeah, we talking like
they-
Flintstone
they-
style gay.
Here's a formula of gay.
Like I'll be super fucking happy
I
if
just
we're
mixed it
talking
up.
that kind of gay.
It's a cosmopolitan.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
that is great. Oh man,
What's
Oh,
what's
shit.
science? Science. Why do I want to
Science
punch
of-
it? Like, all
America.
right, yeah.
Because allegedly people smarter than us are the ones compiling this information. Allegedly.
It's like a dentist in a lab. What's going on with the word
oh,
gay science, man? Gay science just nah. I think I gotta tap out.
Bill
I think
Nye.
I gotta tap out from hearing about things
No,
and stuff. And
who
stuff.
had to write this article to try and fit in?
Gay scientists.
It's all coming
Like,
together now.
I've been shunned.
Oh.
I can make a group if I write an article, though.
You gotta gather up a bunch of gay scientists. You gotta like search them out. Go on Craigslist, be like, you're a gay scientist.
God.
I need you for a research paper.
Oh,
What
God.
was, what was that trick that you told me? My wife told me a trick that she read on Facebook on how to find women. What was that trick you told me? With the wedding dresses or whatever.
Oh my god. So you gotta go to Facebook Marketplace and type in wedding dresses and pick your size. And then you can meet all the newly single people in your area.
And filter them by size.
Oh, shit.
I'll pass. I'd rather be lonely.
But your wife is breaking the code.
Exactly. To all of the lonely people who don't want to be lonely, just go to the Facebook Marketplace and search by size. Wedding
Wow.
dresses.
That's funny.
Because those are the newly single people.
Good idea.
Ooh, intriguing.
The code is broke.
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Wonder if this extends to Kryptonians.
I'm sure it does, villain.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Zod, are there
Are we
any
doing
gay
any gay
Kryptonians?
ops in there?
Are there
No.
any gay Kryptonians? There's no
None
gay Kryptonians.
confirmed on
Besides
Krypton.
Superman.
Unless we're talking.
Oh, there are no
Superman.
gay Kryptonians? Is this like a Russian thing?
Jesus Christ,
There's no
Krypton
gays
does-
here?
Krypton is not accepting, and I do not
Right?
appreciate that.
Like you're all living in denial. No gays here. It's 25%.
Not on Krypton.
You're right. There are no gays on Krypton. You killed all of them.
That is offensive.
They killed all of them. They
And
killed
I'm
every
gonna.
single gay on Krypton. They
And
only
I'm
let
gonna-
one straight guy go.
Lies.
I'm-
You only
I'm
let
gonna-
one straight guy go.
Supercomputer
And
killed
one
all
straight
the
girl.
Zod, I'm
That's
gonna
it.
email AOC about this. AOC is gonna be on your
Oh my
ass.
goodness. Hey,
She's
are
gonna
you
be
in
on
her
your ass
district?
some more about this. Oh
Are you in
yes.
her district? You
Unfucking
are?
fortunately. Unfucking fortunately.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. We are talking to one of her fine constituents.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mhm.
She's working for you, Slasher.
Mhm.
She's
She
working on it. Those Twitter
She's
handles.
going there every day with those
She-
crazy eyes,
She could
trying
constitute
to
my
make change for you.
She could constitute my balls for like a fucker.
She's just trying to make a better Bronx for you
Uh-huh.
and your people,
Westchester.
the trees.
Yeah. This Westchester born.
Trying
I
to
mean,
help
this
the
Westchester
trees,
raised
man. She's trying to help the trees.
Mm-hmm.
I'll smoke
She
the
has the
trees.
fucking personality of one. So
It's so insulting to
she's-
trees.
Yeah, that's very insulting to trees. And
Well,
they
it's
do
more
not
like
appreciate it.
all right, it's more like if a tree wanted to argue with you when you walk down the fucking when you're going
I
through
was
the
gonna
park.
say trees.
If a tree-
trees
if a
do
tree's
not
gonna-
lie that much.
If you walk through a park and a tree is gonna stop and call you a racist, yeah, that's basically.
Exactly. Trees don't go to the border and say those guys are drinking out of toilets. I seen it.
It's pretty much the same. You know, I put that on the same level.
Trees provide me shade.
Mhm.
Well, I suppose she can do that too.
All right, Zod. You know what? You know
Do
what
you have
time it
another
is.
topic? Are we going to talk about
No,
Star Wars?
we're going to talk about wrapping up. It's 5:30 a.m.
Oh,
on the East Coast.
yeah, but we only been going for 2:48.
All right, we'll make it 2:50
I know
then.
that's definitely long. I mean, we don't have to
2:50.
continue this charade.
Oh, so we've laughed, we've cried, we've grown.
Who the hell is crying? Who did you make cry?
Apparently, the trees. Look at that full-grown tree right there. There's a
It's
lot of
happening.
crying.
The trees
Zod,
weep.
Zod, we don't
I'm
care
a
about
tree.
the trees.
It's
I'm a
weeping
tree.
willow.
Don't you dare diss trees. I'm a tree. I will be
The
offended.
worst
sir.
wrap up ever.
I will be offended, sir.
Hey, hey,
we-
hey,
I'm gonna
Slash.
get the tree version
Hey,
version of Al Sharpton to come
hey,
fucking
hey.
march on your lawn.
Hey, AOC's constituent.
Yeah,
It's
Yes,
time to, hey,
I
hey,
brought her into office.
Tree guy, it's time to wrap it up.
I brought her into office.
That's cool.
I brought her into office.
Zod, you know what to do, sir.
Oh shit, LB, go ahead and tell these people where they can find you.
You can find me wrapping this up next.
And our
Extra time for Mad Squirrel.
our favorite mad squirrel who's gathering nuts from trees. Go ahead. Tell us about the channel.
You can find me on YouTube at Mad Squirrel Conversation, and I have a video with Slasher this week. We did, and it's awesome. And hopefully, I'll have another one posted this weekend, and some other off and on next couple weeks. I'm trying to schedule shit out. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at SGT Mad Squirrel. So yeah, there you are. That's it.
And the man who's going to lose against Tommy in the final.
You talking about me?
He's a ghost.
Hey man, black guy's not gonna die in this movie. So you're this perp. Yeah, check out my power review tomorrow night. Should be up sometime tomorrow night.
Okay.
If not,
At what channel?
sometime. Oh, on Stars. You'll find it.
No, what channel's the review at?
Oh, at Perp Minded.
Excellent.
And speaking from weeping willows everywhere, go ahead, Slasher. Tell them about your channel and where they can find you.
I'm a tree.
You are Groot.
That was faster than LV.
Oh, shit.
You can find Slasher's links in the chat. So yes, for his Twitter and
Excellent.
his YouTube.
He talks about old school comic books.
And games.
And he's a tree.
And he's
And he's a tree.
And the commander, the chief, the curator, and the guy who's always fucking late. PB, go ahead.
Commander in the chief? in the chief.
Hey, just
Yep,
ignore
I'm
it. Let's
PB.
go.
You can find me at Pop Culture PB on YouTube and on Twitter. Last video was about why C3PO has red eyes in episode 9. So if you love Star Wars and you want to see more content about Star Wars, go check out my channel. I said my channel name first.
And of course, you've been in the fandom zone this Saturday. Check out the fandom zone. I'm gonna have fandom talks with the Echo Base Network, so they'll be on.
Echo, echo, echo.
And we will be doing a special watch anime with Herp and Fatal J.
Fatal J, man.
Start this. Don't do it.
Oh,
we talking about Attack on Titan. So definitely go and check that out because I'm been into watching Attack on Titan, even though Unicorn has been distracting me with pictures and in
Hey.
person.
Keep going. We don't need to hear that.
So, anyways, thank you, everybody. And remember the rule here in the fandom zone. Kneel
This is trash.
before Zod.
No,
Fatal J
bruh.
ain't never kneeling before anybody, bro.